Welcome in. Let's take a look at all signs, their feelings for you. I'm doing it you versus them style. I just thought about it. I just changed the title a little bit, but for the rest of the year. So we're wrapping up 2025, and I want to take a look at what you really want, what you're assuming is going to happen with your relationship, and what's really going on with them. How are they really feeling? So I do need to catch my breath. I ran downstairs and ran up and realized that I was late. So I had to go up and down, and I keep doing this. I'm getting a workout in my place. So calm down, come in. And I am going to go live on TikTok as well today. So make sure you're coming in. We're getting ready for TikTok, right? It's the second time. Hello, TikTok. I am live right now on YouTube. This is my second live stream with you guys on TikTok, so I'm still getting the hang of it. Just come on in, and if you want to see the full read-in from the beginning, you can find me on Frankie's Tarot at YouTube. But here I'm doing Aries to Pisces in order, their feelings for you. So bear with me as I'm getting used to this duo thing. Hello, Lisa. Hello, VR. Hello, Angel. Hello, Emilio. Pally Wally. Hello. All right. So this is going to be fun. I'm starting Aries at 2:22. Show me some love by coming in, telling me your sign, who you're here cross-watching, where you're from. Your energy matters. I'm reading for you. And more people are going through what you're going through than you can imagine. And so you are bringing that energy in. So it really does help. So always, do your best to bring in some good energy, though. All right. None of that. Leave that negativity at the door with 2025. All right, guys. Hello. All right. So we are going to start Aries, Texas, Utah, right? I love all those areas. All right. Let's see, Aries. Aries, we're doing this a little bit different for you today. I'm going to take a look at you versus them, but their feelings for you for the rest of 2025. All right, let's look at what you're wanting, and what you're assuming will happen in this connection before we get started looking at their feelings. Let me do this. So say bye-bye to my face, except TikTok gets to see my face fully. All right, so I like it at the bottom of the deck, the energy of the entire reading. It does give me this chemistry. It gives me, obviously you guys know what you like, what you want. You guys definitely are into each other, Aries. I mean, the passion's there. That's not the problem. The passion is definitely there. The lust is there. The chemistry was there, but we're also just trying to figure out, is it more than this, right? We have the Chariot, because it seems like this goes pretty fast, right? This gets you, whoever this is, it could be another fire sign, but it does seem like this person may, catch you off guard, and they always get you, right? Because they got that level of passion that you like. So even if you're mad at this person, they come in and all of a sudden you just forget it, right? You give them another shot, right? So let's take a look at you. What do you really want? Look at this, the Seven of Wands, right? I feel like, you're really just wanting to put your guards down. You really wanted to feel safe, and you want to be heard. All right. What are you expecting? What are you assuming is going on in this relationship? Look at this, the Nine of Swords. This is where I'm starting it like this for you guys. All right. So for TikTok, I got to get used to this for you guys. You have the Seven of Wands, your energy. You feel like you're on guard all the time. You walk around kind of on eggshells. You want to pursue something. You want somebody to pursue you. You want somebody to show a little more interest, right? But you are assuming, though, with this Nine of Swords here, that you're going to regret this, regret your choices, regret this person. It's like you're going against what you feel you already know, right? You may feel like this person just always keeps a block up around you. Just feels like I start to get movement, and then, something happens, something triggers me, and I have all this worry and doubt about the situation. All right, so let's see if what you're assuming to be true is true. All right, that's the idea of today's reading. You want somebody to, to let down their guards and be a little bit more involved in the relationship. So let's see what your person wants, right? Look at this, the Queen of Swords. All right, so your person here obviously hears you. All right, you're very smart, very intelligent, very attractive. This person finds you very attractive, right? And they do want to do what you want. They want to give you what you need, right? They respect you, right? They're looking at you like you are not wrong for asking what you ask for, or whenever you state your concerns. They don't doubt you. I mean, this is somebody that really does, respect what you have to say. But they've obviously have told you maybe at some point what they wanted from this, and you are doubting it. All right. So what do they expect from you though? So this is the turning point. What does this person always expect when they want clarity from you? They want you to separate a little bit from your fears, your doubts, maybe clarity and not worry so much. They may feel like you're always giving off this sort of restless energy because you're always fearful, and always defensive or defending yourself, or, it just feels like you're not comfortable. That's for damn sure, right? Where things stand. So what do they expect from you? All right, the Six of Swords. This person is feeling like they don't want to argue or be confused anymore about this situation. It's almost like they're saying, I just want to see where things go. Can we just slow down and not worry about what's around the corner? Right? The Six of Swords. It's like they definitely are in this to see where it goes. They want to get to know you, or they want to pick up where you guys left off and continue moving forward. But this person's in more of a, let's just kind of go at ease, let's not worry about things. And if there was some sort of deception in the past, which is why, you assume the worst with this person, the Nine of Swords, you assume this person's is hiding something from you. You're always worried before something comes, and this person seems to think that they expect you to worry about things before you even get there. So before you guys even have a chance to move forward, Aries, this person's already expecting another call, or another argument, or another situation that is a roadblock for you guys moving forward. All right, so they're starting to expect some sort of uncertainty, or some sort of defensive energy coming from you when it comes to them. So how do they feel about you? All right, the Magician. This is somebody who is clearly attracted to you, very magnetically drawn to you. And I'm going to pull a card to see what keeps them coming back around. But this is somebody, though, that's all about attraction. All right, so that's what it is. I mean, maybe you're wanting more. You're wanting it to ground in. We're getting a lot of air energy. I do see Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and I see fire. And air and fire is very fast-paced. It's like, hey, this is exciting. Let's, get to know each other. Let's go for this, right? But we're not seeing a lot of earth and or water. So you may be wondering, maybe you've gotten invested in this person faster than they got invested. You're falling for this person, but right now they're still in this energy of attraction. There's definitely, I'm into you. I want to, I'm still into you, whatever. But so there's a new beginning type of energy. And I do get this feeling from your person, like they're just in no rush to move forward. They just want things to chill out between the two of you. And I have Gemini and Virgo energy here as well. So what is blocking them, and what keeps them coming back to you though? So the Ace of Pentacles is what the block is. This person not quite sure yet if they're ready to ground in on a full-blown commitment. Now, I feel like you already know this. So even if this is internally, you're feeling guarded and you're feeling nervous with this person and you're feeling very doubtful, it's because you're a step ahead. you're already thinking of the future, trying to figure out where this is going. And your person is still in this position of, I'm not sure yet if I want to, ground in on this and make it 100% real, a fresh start here. We're in this stage of just, for some of you, just trying to get through and just trying to get by and see if things are going to work between us, right? So I do feel like, Aries, you're showing up as somebody that highly doubts this connection already. And you're worried, that you're going to regret your decisions with this person. And I'm seeing you as very guarded and very defensive. I'm going to pull a card on that too, but this is the only block. What keeps them coming back to you? The Four of Swords. They really feel some sort of sense of peace with you, comfort with you, and they really feel like they can let down their guards actually with you. So it feels like you've got your walls up because you're not getting back in return some validation of this person's emotions. They're not expressing their emotions to you yet. What does Spirit want you to know? Because this person here, it feels like, right now, this person is like, you have influence over this connection more than you know. But you can also, with this energy, push them away with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords, just constantly worrying or thinking that something bad's going to happen. This person, it may overwhelm this person, and they're just like, can we just kind of, not worry about these things and see where it goes, right? And so that you're on two different stages here. And now, for whatever reason, I'm not going to say you don't have the right to be like, I want to know where this is going. Of course you do. It's just, I'm showing you the energy dynamic of where you guys are at, that I'm picking up on. So they keep coming back to you because they do feel a sense of peace and calmness around you. All right. And what does Spirit want you to know? I see the King of Wands, right? Look at this. You're showing up here with the King of Wands. And this is like, you've got your eye on the prize. You know what you want, right? And you'll make it happen. You're a fire sign, right? You got this going on, right? But this is trusting in your confidence, trusting and taking inspired action. So rather than reaching out to this person when you're frantic or when you're worrying so much, like, why haven't they texted me? This anxiousness, this is telling you to stay calm and cool and confident because you got this person's attention. They're attracted to you. With this Magician card, the magic is there, but it's where you put your focus, and what you're giving off is what you're getting back. That's the vibration, the law of frequency here. All right, so you're good to go. So if you're connected with an Aries, I'm going to go through Aries through Pisces, and we're going to see potential this week, what kind of energy they're in and what could come through. So Aries, it looks like you're getting some truth or some karmic closure this week, right? You're feeling pretty good, realizing some sort of truth. And I say this week, but I'm going to the end of 2025. It does feel like you'll feel more complete when it comes to another Aries. Taurus, I see the Tower card. All right, so there's something brewing between you and a Taurus, and it's going to come out. You guys are going to figure it out. You guys are very different, even though you're close together in the Zodiac, right? But this here tells me there could be an argument. There could be something that gets shaken up between the two of you, that you have some realization. But this changes the course of a relationship. Gemini, I see clear communication coming in with the Gemini. All right, so getting down to that truth and finding clarity. Cancer, we have the Lovers card. So you and Cancer kind of doing it, doing it together. You might get a gift, you might get a conversation, communication, reconciliation with a Cancer. Leo, Seven of Pentacles. So look, we're making some plans for 2026 with a Leo. It may be going slow right now, but they definitely see a future with you, and we can make it around whatever this is we're going through, but they're invested in you. Virgo, Two of Wands, right? So Virgo's invested too. They're just a little bit, give Virgo a chance here. They still got their hands on something else here. They might be closing up a chapter. Or nervous to get back out there. Who knows what the deal is? But you've got their attention. They will make contact. Libra, I see the Nine of Wands. So you got Libra in a very tired energy, very tired of the situation, very tired of what keeps coming up for the two of you guys. Maybe they feel worn. They feel like no matter what they say, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't get better. So you have them in a very tired energy, but I don't see them giving up just yet. Although this card tells me they have another go in them. You guys are hitting that point where, you guys might call it quits. Scorpio, we see the Three of Pentacles. So you and Scorpio sitting in a tree. That's so, oh my God, stop. All right, I'm seeing Three of Pentacles. You have a lot in common. You guys will figure it out. Scorpio is like, we can make this work. You guys may find yourself getting together. Sagittarius, Three of Swords. So there is a little disappointment here with you and the Sag. You may still find yourself separated. If you're currently separated, but this is a healing time. It does tell me that there's some reason why you guys are separated. It's not completely over. You do have the Four of Swords. So this person here, some space is giving them clarity. Capricorn, I see the Star card, all right? So you guys are still doing whatever you're doing. They see a future with you. They're not losing hope in this connection. And Aquarius, Five of Cups, all right? So you may still find yourself dealing with some separation with an Aquarius. And it looks like they're still mulling over something that's happened between the two of you, or they're still grieving something that's going on in their life, right? Either way, they're not looking forward. They're looking into the past. Pisces, I see the Strength card. All right, so Pisces is like, hang on, we're gonna make this work. Our bond is too strong. You both feel it. You guys looking good by the end of the year. I'm always hoping to manifest them for you. All right, that was it. Hello, TikTok. I see you all coming in. I cannot tell you what sign I'm on when I'm reading, but I am going through Aries to Pisces, and we are moving on to Taurus. TikTok. So go ahead, if you just put your sign in, let me know who you're here for, who you're cross watching. But if you do want to watch me, I'm I'm over on YouTube. All right, Taurus. So I'm definitely I'm going too long today. I may pick up my voice. I may go faster. Let's see. Taurus. Okay. Taurus. Taurus. You versus them. They're hidden feelings. What's going on? Their hidden feelings. What is going on, Taurus, with your person? We're looking at now to the end of the year for Taurus. Let's see. All right. Overall energy, we have the Emperor card. All right, so that's a good start. All right, and the Tower card. So we're seeing a rebuilding energy. Right? Somebody, maybe you've had a rough year with this person. I don't know. There's been a lot going on. You have somebody playing it cool. You have an Aries energy here. You have a Scorpio and Aries energy. This is Mars. So somebody's got some hidden intense emotions, right? Taurus, that's what that tells me. There's still something going on, and eventually they're gonna explode, right? So eventually they're gonna have to tell you what's going on. I mean, this person does maintain their calm and cool, so this could confuse you sometimes. Maybe you're like, what's this person up to? What's really going on? Are they hiding something from me? They seem so confident and they got it all together. Well, your person does not have it all together. All right. There's a lot going on beneath the surface here. The good news is, though, is your person's ready for, to confront whatever is going on. All right. They know that they cannot avoid some problem that's going on either between the two of you, or if they're in another situation, they know they can't avoid it anymore. All right. So we do see somebody here stepping up the game, right? And stepping up, being responsible. All right. So let's see. It's rebuilding after something. So what this tells me is that by the end of the year, Taurus, it looks like you're rolling into 2026 with somebody, being able to recover whatever's left of a relationship, or recover and rebuild, pick up, the pieces and move forward, especially if you found that this year was rough between you and somebody you are in a relationship with or live with. All right, so let's see what you want. All right, so look at this, the devil card. Do you know what you want? We are seeing this devil energy. So you've got your mind heavy on this person. All right, what are you assuming though? Because you have the devil card showing up in your position. Now, I know this is when y'all want to give this to your person and call them the devil, right? They're the ones causing your problems, right? But it's your energy that's obsessed over a situation. It's your triggers that are coming up because of another person triggering you as well. All right, so you do have this little bit of a, maybe upset, resentful, anger, jealous, or maybe you're just wanting something so damn bad. You desire something so damn bad, but you can't seem to figure it out what to do. All right, now what are you assuming about your person? I see the Two of Wands. All right. Your person needs to make a choice, right? And you may be feeling like your person's pulled to go a different direction. This is a card of travel. This is a card of, I'm barely holding on. I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right, from a situation. And this kind of feels like this reading. It feels like, you are dealing, it's stressing you out with this person because, you don't know what's going on. They're hiding the tower and they're acting cool with that emperor, right? But this person's not going anywhere yet. They got their hands on both. It looks like they're trying to figure out or heal or let go of something from their past, all right? But they're ready for the new, and it feels like I'm ready to see where this is going. But I can see where they're not making a move just yet, or they're holding back. And again, that Tower card, they can't avoid it. They're not going to be whatever they're trying to hold on to. They're going to have to, express themselves. They're going to have to let it go because the Tower card is no choice, right? God has spoken. All right, so let's see what your person, what they really want, right? And what they want, expecting to happen. Taurus, the Empress, this is what they want. That's your energy. All right, they want to be comfortable with you. They want to have a fresh start with you. They want to build with you. They want to grow with you. We're getting a very divine, you have the Emperor and the Empress here showing up. So I'm seeing a divine partnership. You both are feeling very pulled to one another. You both know that you can build something more stable, but maybe both of you are coming from a chaotic situation. Maybe there was a misunderstanding and you guys blew up, or maybe you both are in other relationships and this is what's going on. Your person's dealing with a lot of grief in the background. All right. And they know they have to make a choice. You both obviously feel this connection with the Emperor and Empress here, right? And you both are going through it. So this could be a wrap up at the end of the year, going into 2026, maybe finally being able to take that next step with your person because they want you. All right. They definitely want you. What do they expect from you though? All right. What do they assume you're going to do? Let's see the King of Wands. All right. They look at you as somebody who gets what you want, right? They expect you to step up, all right? They want you to step up. They want you to express your feelings to them, and be authentic to them, and I know that some of you probably like, I already do, I always do. But I don't know, this one here is what they expect from you is to have it together, have your future together, get your shit together, and focus on long-term goals, right? And step up. That's what I'm getting. So maybe that's a cross watcher read or whatever, but that's what I'm seeing. This person has a lot of respect for you and may see you being able to take more control of your situation and that you're in, and they want you to take more control of your situation that you're in. All right. So what's blocking them right now? And I'm seeing the King of Swords. All right. So this is somebody here that's trying to look at the bigger picture and trying to do what's right with all parties involved. So if there's a lot going on, they're trying to stay emotionally detached. And the block with your person is your person has a hard time expressing their feelings as well. All right. And this is why they may need you to express more, right? Because you have a King of Swords here who is kind of withdrawn and avoidant of their emotions. So yours is going pretty deep, and I don't want to get too lost into it, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody really is impressed by you. You're right about what you say, the way you feel. I think somebody really has a hard time expressing their feelings, to you, or they just feel like they're blocked. They can't tell you the truth for some reason. All right. They just feel like they cannot tell you the truth. So what keeps them connected to you? All right. The Queen of Swords. Right? They see a future with you. They know that you guys can do this. They know you guys can get together. But you see, I'm seeing several people show up in your reading. So there must be a past or other people that are kind of affecting this situation. And this person sees themselves with you. And that's why they keep coming back. You guys have a communication, a telepathic communication, or you guys just understand each other mentally. You're on the same page. But it seems like other parts of this, maybe you guys are too much alike. I don't know. And you guys find yourself struggling with that Tower card to really express or be heard. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know about this? I got the Six of Swords. This is the second time Six of Swords has come out for you. So, this too shall pass is what I'm getting. I really feel like I'm picking up on somebody's personal reading here. And I don't want to dive too much further into it. I'll look at Aries through Pisces and see where this is going. But this is headed into 2026. All right. This is going to, we're seeing here that there's more room, there's more growth coming in. You're still going through something that a Tower showed up in your reading, which tells me there's still more going on here. But we're taking it into 2026, but it looks like your person wants to leave the bullshit behind. All right, so that's good news. All right, so let's look at Aries through Pisces. What to expect by the end of any energy from them or any movement. Aries, I see the Queen of Cups. All right, so Aries, you might not get too much movement just yet. It looks like they're holding back, kind of figuring out their feelings. I do see another person here, so they're still connected to somebody. Taurus, I see the Two of Swords. So there's that two again. I mean, your heart, you know what your heart's saying. You know what your heart wants. And so you may be up against making a difficult choice, right? But it looks like you're going to follow your heart, okay? It's time and you know what to do. Gemini, the Hierophant. So Gemini learning their lessons here. It looks like they're wanting to step up and solidify a relationship. You could find that you guys are taking the next step, whatever that means, right? If we just started, then we're going to our second date, right? If we've been together for a long time, maybe we're renewing our vows, right? Cancer, I see the Nine of Pentacles. All right. So Cancer looks like they're getting their shit together by the end of the year. Feeling more confident about choices and investing in this connection. I do get the single kind of energy from Cancer though, like they're very independent. So this is telling me either they're becoming single, they're single and they're available, or they're just focusing on themselves right now, but they will invest more time in this connection. Leo, I see the Nine of Wands. So Leo's worn out, tired too. All right. We're getting some tired energy at the end of the year. All right. Leo's like, we got to stop going through this. I'm too tired. I don't want to give up, but sometimes I feel like it's best, do we give up? What do we do here? Like they're more worn than they're letting you know. There's a Tower coming in. So it feels like at some point, you could, maybe I'm helping you avoid a Tower moment here, but it does look like your Leo's starting to get, really exhausted with something that keeps happening in their life or something and it might not be between the two of you. It could just be, I'm just worn out from all this BS that's going on. I want peace in my life. So they are coming in a tired energy. Virgo, I see Page of Swords. So Virgo, you get communication coming in with a Virgo, maybe asking what's up. Maybe, you see movement on social media. You guys are talking though. So it looks like you're chatting things up with a Virgo. Libra, I see the Sun card. All right. So it looks like things clearing up nicely with you and a Libra. This could be a date. It could be fun times, just celebration, happy times. But I am seeing even a reconciliation. Scorpio, Five of Pentacles. So you're still kind of struggling with a Scorpio right now. But you guys will make it work, right? It looks like if anybody can get through this, you can both get through this. It's just maybe you're focusing too much on what's not happening and you guys are worn out. So it does tell me, and it could be a financial thing. It does tell me though that you guys will figure out a way, but I can still see that you're having a hard time here, struggling with a situation that's going to take some time to work itself out. Sagittarius, I see the high priestess. So Sagittarius is lurking around you. So they may be silent still, but they've got something to say. You know, so they may be holding back still, right? But you probably feel their presence. And this is telling me that they'll be back out when they're ready, or they'll let you know they're there when they're ready, but they may even be giving you signs. Capricorn, I see 6 of Pentacles. So Capricorn's got some good energy for you. It looks like, you know, investing more time in this connection, investing more time with you. And Aquarius, I see the 7 of Wands. All right, so Aquarius has got some fight in them. All right, there could be a lot coming at you. There's some walls up here. There's a defensive energy here. But, you know, this card says, you know, I'm still in it and, you know, we can make this work. So we got a challenge ahead of us, but we'll figure it out. Pisces, I see the moon card. So Pisces in their element. Pisces is like, you know, things are just always changing. You never know what to expect with a Pisces. And so just keep that in mind. They do have feelings for you, but anything is possible. All right. It seems like this situation changes too much to really give a conclusion. All right. That was Taurus. I'm going to shake up the cards a little. How are you guys doing? I'm going to go back to my Lyra. All right. Lots of people joining over here. Remember TikTok, I'm on YouTube right now. This is my second time going live. I'm still getting used to it. I'm going Aries through Pisces. I am on Gemini right now. Let's see. And let's go. All right, Gemini. We're looking at Gemini, their hidden feelings for you for the rest of the year. You versus them. All right, you versus them. All right, you versus them. Let's see, Gemini. All right, let's see what you really want, what you're assuming. I like starting it off this way. All right, we got the 5 of Cups underneath here. So we can see that we're still kind of focused on the past here. We're really doubting something that happened or went down, still feeling kind of blue about something, having a hard time, you know, processing what's been going on between you and another situation. All right, the 5 of Swords is underneath that. All right, so you've got a challenge going on here, and it looks like you and your person here both kind of feeling like nobody won. All right, nobody won. There's a missing aspect to this. Like I'm missing, I wish things didn't turn out a certain way here. All right, I don't like how it turned out. Look at the Sun card even underneath that. All right, so it just feels like somebody wishes they could clear something up with you. There's a lot of love there, or you guys were really good friends, or you know, just known each other for a long time. And this person is like, what is going on here? All right, let's see what you really want and what you're assuming about your person. All right, you, the Queen of Wands, all right, you know what you want, Gemini. You're like, yeah, I know exactly what I want, all right? And it seems like there may have been a power struggle between you and somebody else, and you both kind of got hurt with the situation. This is, you know, you see a future, you're confident, you want to go after what you want, you want what you want when you want it, and you know, and you don't stop, you go after it to get it. And this is a very ambitious energy, and you see this person as somebody that you want to see a future with. But what are you assuming about this person? the Death card. All right, you're assuming that they've changed, it's over, that, you know, you ended something or something happened between the two of you, that it's just there's no going back. And I can see that with the Five of Cups here and the Five of Swords, that it feels it, but you know, this is the rebirth. This is the actual rebirth, not the Death card, you know, is when it ends, you know, and there's change, but renewal here. And this is you both highly doubtful that you guys can really get past, because it looks like some words were said, you know, some shots were taken. And again, at what cost? Because neither of you feel really good about the situation. All right. So you're assuming something is over, something has played its course. And again, I'm coming up with, you know, this is a situation where you may be shocked, right? It's not over. It may have changed both of you. You guys may have misunderstood one another, misread each other, miscommunicated. You know what I mean? And like just took it and ran with it. So many people interpret things and, you know, without clarity, and just run, right? Freak out, you know, and it's not over. You have a Scorpio energy, you have a fire energy showing up for you. Let's see your person and what they want and what they expect from you and how they feel about you. Your person, the Devil energy. All right, so you got them kind of freaking out a little bit, worried, obsessed about the situation. Obviously, there's still a strong attachment to you. You guys built strong attachments together, you know, with one another. So there's, to me, it feels like there was an ego battle. There was maybe jealousy got in the way, maybe something, a third party got in the way, who knows, right? But for whatever it was, you got your person all in their head. All right, definitely in their head, thinking that, you know, something is just irreversible. What do they expect from you? All right, look at the Star card. All right, they may be hoping that you haven't lost faith, or they're hoping that you know, that you haven't lost faith in this connection. Obviously, a tower went down. All right, obviously a tower went down. So I am picking up on somebody where maybe you guys had an ugly ending. I don't know. Maybe it came out of nowhere, you guys, and it just, you know, but the Star card, your person sees you as, nobody compares, right? Who's going to compare to you? Who gets them like you do? And so this is somebody that is hoping that at some point you guys can find your way back together. They may feel you still. They may know that you're still, you know, and I just get that, you know, they may feel like they know you want to forgive them. Maybe you forgive them too soon, and maybe they're feeling guilty that you forgive them too soon. I don't know who needed to hear that. You're always just, you know, in this position to heal with this person, waiting and wishing for this person just to step up and make it right. All right, so how do they feel about you? The Nine of Cups. Obviously, somebody here is like, you know, Gemini's my chocolate cake, and what the hell did we do? Why did we let it get out of hand? It looks like a very intense relationship, and you guys just have tempers. It looks like you guys have attitudes. You guys need some attitude adjustments, right? But this person truly desires you. All right, what's their block right now? I see the Six of Pentacles. All right, they may be thinking that you don't even want them. You don't need them anymore. You don't want anything from them anymore. It's too late for them to put in or invest in this connection, right? Have you, maybe you're giving your attention elsewhere. I don't know what the deal is, but this person here, the Six of Pentacles, their block is not being able to feel like they can give you what you need, but also feeling like you can't trust them. So what brings them back to you? What keeps them attached to you? The Three of Pentacles. All right. This person here must still see you, must be around you, must work with you, connect with you, some sort, but they can't keep their eyes off you. This is somebody that wants to make it work with you and is hoping that you guys can bring it back together. All right. They're always pulled towards you because of your skills, because the way you stand out in a crowd. You must have, you know, you guys get along very well. You have a lot in common. And this person, this is what draws them to you. You support this person. You connect with this person. You've always been very, very good to this person and vice versa. And this person's missing you. All right. So what does Spirit want you to do? All right. The Fool card. All right. It's, you know, to me, I'm like, run, get the hell out of here. You know, maybe you should. Maybe you should run. Maybe you should jump in and see where it goes with no expectations. Who knows? But what this card is telling me is you got somebody coming back around here, hoping that you guys can jump back into a situation. And I know you're assuming that it's over, but we're seeing clearly that somebody doesn't want it to be over between the two of you. Now you have an Aries energy. Let's go through Aries through Pisces. Aries, I see the Page of Cups, right? So it looks like Aries opening up communication with you, telling you how they feel, you know, being playful. So expect maybe some playful energy from your Aries flirting with you. There's love there. There's a crush there for some of you. If it's just getting started, you know, they're wanting to, you know, open up about their feelings to you. Taurus, I see the Seven of Pentacles. Taurus here contemplating the future with you. All right, we're stuck, right? But there's, you know, I thought that we would be able to go our own way, right? Or I didn't think this was what I wanted. And then now I'm thinking, man, we should have just kept going, because I can see possibilities of this expanding with you and a Taurus. So you have a Taurus here thinking about future plans with you. Gemini, you have the Ten of Swords. Look at this. The Ten of Swords. So I am picking up on, I'm trying to keep it a little bit lighter today, but I am picking up on some heavier energy for you, where something ended abruptly and something ended painfully between you and another person, and nobody won. Nobody won this situation. And I know you feel like it's completely over and maybe you've decided to let go, but somebody has not let go of you. All right. So another Gemini. Cancer, I see the Queen of Pentacles. So Cancer doing their thing. It looks like wanting to invest more time in this connection right now, stepping up. Although I do see another person here. So there could be somebody else that's been causing a block in this situation, but they're still invested in this connection with you. Leo, I see the King of Pentacles. Same thing with a Leo. I might be taking care of other responsibilities, but I'm still invested in this connection with you. Virgo, I see the Nine of Wands. So Virgo kind of getting tired too. I got a lot of tired people today. Virgo is just like, I don't know. We keep going around the same circle, or I'm just getting worn out with the situation that we're in. And I don't like it. I don't want to give up. But at times, you know, your Virgo is feeling like they want to give up. They just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right. But this card does tell me that they're still going to keep trying, keep going for it. There's another go here. Libra, I see the Knight of Wands. So Libra is like, hey, let's have some fun. So you got Libra coming in, a good energy. The Knight of Wands here wanting to have fun. Let's go somewhere. Let's do something different. This could even be a new Libra coming into your life. Very, very attracted to you. I always like to throw in the news sometimes in this part of the reading, because it could be. All right. Scorpio, Page of Wands. So Scorpio kind of flirting with you, trying to find their way back in. All right, Sagittarius, I have the Emperor card. Sagittarius playing their cards right. So they may be waiting for the right moment to make their move. Capricorn, I see the Empress card. So Capricorn's got their eye on you too as well. There's still movement there, and something beautiful may manifest between the two of you by the end of the year. And Aquarius, I see Queen of Swords, right? And so I do see there's people here, you know, your person might be dealing with a bitter ex, or, you know, somebody who knows the truth. But I am seeing somebody wanting to communicate with you as well. Aquarius, I have 4 cups, right? So Aquarius feeling stuck too. Don't know if they can give you what you want, what you deserve. So you may be still dealing with some challenges with your Aquarius here, acting like they're not interested, or still feeling stuck and thinking maybe you moved on and you're not interested anymore. Pisces, the Two of Cups, you and Pisces here feeling drawn to have a conversation. This is a reconciliation, or it's a date. It's like, let's get to that next step. Let's move forward. All right. And so I see a conversation, a relationship forming between you and a Pisces. All right, guys, let's see. Hello. I don't know how to, I can see people joining, constantly joining here. I'm so happy that you guys are coming in. I'm on YouTube right now doing the full reading if you want to check it out. But I am moving on to Cancer next. So let's see. Cancer's got a good one, 44, 44. All right, where's my Cancers? Tacos or donuts just joined. Tacos. Tacos definitely over donuts. All right, let's see. Cancer. Let's see what's going on. What is it that you want? What are you assuming to be true about your situation? What does your person want? And what are they assuming will happen? And how do they feel? All right. Well, Cancer, we have the Justice card coming in. So I know you love hearing this, but you know, it's like karma, justice coming in. It's the overall energy. So it could be you two, you know, you're learning your lesson, they're learning their lesson. All right, you got this, right? We got a new cycle starting, but we're closing a chapter. So we are able to maybe find some sort of peace with the situation by the end of this year. You got, you know, I just feel like, you know, I'm on your side here. I'm doing your reading. So I feel like, you know, you're finally getting the payout. All right. You're finally getting what you deserved. And if you put in all the goods, you know, you're getting back the goods. But karma's karma. So, and I see a Queen of Pentacles underneath this. So it could be money. I know we're doing love reading, but some of you might get a payout. All right. But I am seeing a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm seeing a Libra in your energy. And it looks like somebody taking responsibility, right? Somebody realizing where they lacked accountability, where they may have messed up. And it looks like finally maybe facing one's truth. Now, I want to say this is coming through right now that you may not get it verbally for some of you, but you know it. You know it. You know you got it. You'll see it. It's written everywhere. You won. All right. So let's see you. What do you really want though? Because winning doesn't mean anything because who won? Who really won, right? Is that what you really wanted? And I'm seeing the Page of Wands, all right? So Cancers, you're like, all right, I can get over this. All right, I won, I got this, but I still want my person. All right, so maybe we haven't learned the lessons, right? Or maybe you're, you know, some of you are like, oh, I have, and I'm flirting with somebody new here. All right, that could be it too, you know, with this Page of Wands. But I'm seeing you over here going, I got my eye, you know, maybe your person is closing another chapter. Maybe you've been wanting and waiting for them to leave a relationship. There's an opportunity. It looks like that could be happening for some of you. But I can see that you are infatuated with somebody. Right? You are definitely infatuated with this person. Now I got an Aries energy. I have an Aries. It could be a Sag. It could be a Leo as well. All right. And your eyes are bugging out on this person. But what are you assuming though? So this is what's important. The Hanged Man. All right. So this is a tricky one. This can play with your head. This can play tricks on you. You're assuming nothing's changing. You're assuming nothing's happening. You're assuming, you know, you're waiting. You're in this waiting position. And you may be trying to read into everything. You may be scoping this person out. You know, Cancers, you guys are the stalkers. You guys, they try to give it to me, Scorpios, but I don't think so. You guys are the champs. All right, you and Capricorn. All right. I'm going to get you all mad at me right now. But you know you got your eye on somebody, but you might be misreading the situation. It looks like your person has learned some lesson. This is what happens with the Hanged Man. It's like we go down the same road so many times and we keep stepping on the same shit. And finally, you end up in a position that you got yourself into and you don't know what to do. But yet you saw it coming and your person saw, they knew. But it looks like they're finally getting caught up and they're stuck in this situation. And now your person's like, what the hell do I do? So there's a big win here, a wake-up call, and you might be thinking nothing has changed, and you might be feeling like you need to let go. But there is so much you're getting in your head. You're looking at every little thing that's going on in this situation, and you're making a narrative out of it. You're making a story. So let's see your person. What do they want, and what are they assuming about you? The Four of Wands, they just want to be happy. Your person feels a strong pull to you with this energy. All right. It feels like, I just want to be happy. I just want to get along. I just want to get together. There could be an event coming up here too, where you guys may run into each other if that's the case. If you guys haven't seen each other. All right. It looks like there's something coming up, but this is somebody that wants to come back home. This is somebody that wants to reunite. This is somebody that's almost wishing that you guys didn't have to go through something that you went through to get to this point, for them to realize, they needed to step in some more shit before they realized where they went wrong. You have a Pisces energy here. But what are they assuming about you? And I have the Nine of Pentacles. Look at this. This is somebody, you had this recently for me. This is somebody here that didn't see your worth before. Isn't that a bitch? Sorry about your luck. All right. This is somebody that took you for granted. This is somebody that maybe you did show up infatuated. Maybe you were, giddy and falling in love and flirting and, love at first sight, who knows, doing your Cancer thing. And then this person, didn't see where this could go and didn't invest enough time. Now we're looking at you and they're assuming that you're too good for them now. You got your shit going on. You've been working on yourself and now they can see your worth. Now they're terrified. They may have thought they were better than you. And obviously, they had a reality check. All right, so what do they feel? How do they feel about you? The Two of Pentacles. This is somebody that's been spending a lot of time. You got them overwhelmed. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do about this. This is somebody that really thought that if, that they won. This is somebody that is being held accountable for the choices they made in the past. All right. They may have thought they could have walked away from something peachy clean, and now it's hitting them. Now justice is hitting them. All right. They need to make a decision real quick here. All right. Let's see what's blocking them. The Two of Wands. All right. This is somebody that's panicking a little bit. There's hesitation here. What will you say? Would you be, so this is somebody, this is what I'm going to say, Cancer. You're thinking somebody here is quiet. You're waiting around. Nothing's moving. Nothing's moving because you're watching it. You're watching it too much. You're looking for the wrong thing. You're looking for what you think you're supposed to see. And so you're missing all the clues. You're looking for, because your ego is saying, I know what I need. I'm right. I got strong intuition. I know what to expect. I know what to look for. And you can't look for what you don't know. And this is where Spirit's saying there's other things going on and you're looking in the wrong areas. And you may be assuming things to be true that are not true. And your person here is getting ready to reach out to you. It's like you got them overwhelmed, thinking that you may move on or you have moved on from them. So what does Spirit want you to know? I got the Seven of Swords. I feel like you can't trust this person. So I hate to say that, especially with the Justice card showing up here. Yeah, it looks like your person's realizing where they effed up, where they lied, where they were deceptive, but you still have a lot of work to do with this person because you You might still be in love with this person, but it tells me here that maybe you should let go of this situation, because there's still the Seven of Swords is still showing up for you. And this is denial. This is lies. This is, can you trust this person again? You know, just because somebody apologizes for something or they realize where they effed up doesn't mean they won't do it again. So I don't know what kind of situation you got yourself into. But this seems like this is who you're wrapping something up with by the end of the year with. So let's see Aries through Pisces, and see if I can get what to expect for each sign. Aries, I see Ten of Swords. So Aries barely hanging on. They feel like you're gone. It's very painful. It looks like there's been an ending with you and Aries, and they haven't let go. They haven't completely let go of you. Taurus, Five of Pentacles, same thing. Taurus is feeling kind of left out now. It's like you've stopped giving them attention, or you've slowed down giving them attention, and they are definitely feeling distant from you. All right, so they're struggling with not being with you right now. Remember, you have the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles here, what they're feeling, in their intentions even. And it's like somebody on the fence about reaching out. So that's why some of these cards here are going to show up like, they're still dealing with the separation, but they still want to connect with you. Gemini, I see the Queen of Swords. So Gemini getting it straight. Gemini is like, look, I'm not afraid to admit I was wrong. All right, you may get communication with a Gemini. Cancer, you got the Seven of Cups. Somebody's still fantasizing about where this can go with you. And you're not, you're the one that's been fantasizing about this person too. You're in love with this person, but you can't trust this person as far as you can throw them, right? But I see you and another Cancer definitely up in each other's energy, trying to see where things can go. So you may be getting closer with the Cancer here by the end of the year. Leo being distant, but don't let that stop you. All right. I have a Leo that the light's on. They're seeing. They're waking up. They're wise. They know what's up. There's still a light on. It might take them some time to come out their cave, but there's still potential here with you and your Leo. Virgo, Two of Swords, right? Their heart's telling them to go for it, but we are seeing 222 for you today. Libra, Eight of Pentacles. Libra wanting to fix things with you, wanting to get together. They feel a strong pull, and they're very focused on you. Scorpio, Ace of Pentacles. Scorpio ready to give this a go. Scorpio's ready to make that offer to you, make that promise, that solid promise, and sticking through it. Sagittarius also. All right, looks like you and Sagittarius could be spending some good times together here. They desire you. They love your company. You could end up in a relationship with a Sagittarius. Capricorn, same thing. Ten of Pentacles. They already consider you part of their family. You're home to them, right? So they may invest more time with you. Aquarius, I see the Emperor card. So they're waiting for the right move, but it looks like they want to build something solid with you. And Pisces, I see the Three of Swords. So it looks like you and Pisces are still on the outs here, but you can see that it's hard for them to move on. They're not able to, it feels unfinished with you. All right, Cancer. All right, let's see. Hello, TikTok. I'm sorry if I'm not, I know TikTok needs you to be a little bit more interactive, and I'm not sure how to use it. I'm just trying to get in the habit of going live over there. I do want to say thank you, Davey, for the super sticker. You're amazing. Appreciate you. Happy holidays. And I will be going live today at 4 or maybe 4:30, depending on how quick I get through today's, for a super chat. So let's see, we are moving on to Leo. Leo at 58. All right, Leo. All right. Hello, hello. Where's my Leos? Hello, Leo. Leo. All right, let's see what you want. We're looking at you versus them too. All right, that's the way I'm kind of tackling that here today. Let's see. The Fool card. Leo, somebody's on the run. Ace of Wands towards you though. All right. Somebody here is seeing you. All right. Somebody here is like, I'm not even thinking twice. You got my attention. All right. So the sparks are flying here. You have an Ace of Wands. So there's potential and there's passion and there's potential to, for conversations to heat up. You know what I mean? Not just, hey friend, it's more like, hello, And so look at the Magician here underneath too. So we're seeing a strong attraction between you and another person. I have Gemini and Virgo here. I have Aries. And we have Uranus that rules this card. And I swear that this is where the unpredictability comes in. You just don't know. You think you do, and you freak out and you hold on to a belief about something, and you just don't want to let go of a belief because it feels like your reality, and you feel like this is set in stone. And that's you block yourself from what the universe is trying to bring to you because somebody's about to come in and shake something up. You got a strong, fresh start energy going into 2026 with maybe even new passion coming your way. Even if I didn't want to look at a specific person right now, this is telling me that there could be new passion coming your way. So some fun times up ahead. So let's see you and what you really want. Look at the Devil card. You freaking out. Who else just got this? Was it Gemini that got this? You obsessing. My Leo's like, don't be telling people what I'm doing. You do obsess, and it's okay. I mean, this card's here for a reason. We all have our shadow sides. We all have our obsessions. And you definitely are worried about something, or you're really strongly attached to a narrative. So let's see what you're thinking. What are you assuming? What are you assuming to be true? Let's see. You think this person's not, you don't think you're getting what you want. So let's take a step back here. If you're single, you're thinking you're not attractive, you're worried, you're thinking you're not getting what you want. Somebody's not interested in you. You may have tried several times to date people, connect with people, and then you keep getting turned down and you're letting, somebody over here, this person here may have turned you down, not because you're gorgeous. You're like, what the hell? I'm gorgeous. What? We got chemistry. This person may have wanted to be married with 8 wives and just saw that you wouldn't give into that, but didn't want to tell you their truth. And then next, but yet you took it as a rejection. People have their weird quirks and weird reasons why they don't want to be in a relationship with you. And it has nothing to do with you not being good enough. You're being protected. They probably got some weird secrets, right? But it feels like you're maybe starting to shut down and feel like, and feel like, you're not getting the attention that you thought you deserved. And it just feels like you are shutting down. You're letting something weigh on you. You feel like somebody is not interested in you at all. So let's see who this person is around you, because you've got an awesome, fun energy coming your way. So maybe God is saying, give up some of these people that are doing this to you. If somebody's not showing you any interest right now, that could be why. They've got weird quirks they don't want you to know about. And they don't think that you would participate in them. They see you as being, they know what you want, and you're not wanting to go down that avenue with them, trust. So let's see your person. Look at this, Ace of Swords, another A. So you got somebody around you that really wants to open up communication with you. This is somebody that wants to talk to you, wants to start up conversation with you. What are they assuming from you, though? The Eight of Wands. All right. So I think this person is wanting things to pick up with you, wanting to flirt with you, wanting to communicate with you. Somebody's very passionate about you, but somebody may feel like you have a lot of stress or pressure on you, and they sense the tension with you. So somebody else may be feeling like you're connecting to somebody that is causing you a lot of stress, because they can hear it in your tone. They can see it with you. They can tell that you're holding back something, that you've got a lot of pressure going on. So you may be trying to keep cool, but somebody feels that pressure from you. So if you have somebody around you that you can't read and you feel like they're always trying to open up, but they back up, they may be picking up something from you that you're giving off. Like, I'm under too much pressure right now, and I'm too stressed to, so they're reading it like you don't want to talk to them. All right. But so whatever's going on with you, it could be bleeding into your relationship. If you're under a lot of stress, you may be taking that into a relationship, and somebody's feeling like you may be taking it out on them. All right. Maybe without realizing it. I don't know. All right. So let's see what their block is with you. The Six of Wands. All right. They may admire you so much, and they think that, you get a lot of attention. This could be somebody here that might feel like you stand out in a crowd. You're doing very well for yourself. And this person here may be intimidated by you. They may feel like you have a lot of pride. You're holding back something, and they can't read you. But this is somebody that wants your attention. You may get a lot of attention and not realize it. You may make this person jealous, and there's a lot of pressure there. And maybe you're freaking out because you think this person doesn't like you. You think this person's not into you, right? And this person's like, bullshit, everywhere I look, somebody's looking at you. You're the center of attention. And, what do you want with me, right? So I feel like, Leo, you're really misreading a situation. So how do they feel about you? The Queen of Swords. They might feel that you're a little bit detached. So for some of you, maybe you've kind of gotten chill, or you got a little cold, or backed up your energy from this person. Because they're looking at you like they can't read you. You're a little distant from this person. What does Spirit want you to know? The Page of Swords. Open up a little bit. See things differently. This is somebody that wants to talk to you, wants to communicate with you, but they may feel like you're either reading into something too much, or you are being too serious and acting cold and detached. All right. And this is somebody that wants your attention. So let's look at Aries to Pisces and see let me see if I can dive into this a little bit more. Aries, Seven of Wands. Aries is really feeling protective of their energy. There's a defensive energy coming in with an Aries. They may feel like under pressure, or feeling pressured to say something to you. Taurus, I see the Chariot card. So Taurus isn't messing around. We see a return here. Taurus sees you as fun. Taurus wants to get together. Taurus wants to, let's just go have a good time, right? So you have a good energy coming towards you with the Taurus. Gemini, King of Cups. So Gemini's been in their feelings, really thinking about how deeply they feel about you. You have a Gemini that's maturing, stepping up, and being more honest about their feelings. Cancer, you have a Five of Wands. So there's competition between you and a Cancer, maybe power struggle. Maybe you guys have tempers. You guys are triggering each other. So that's still going on with you and a Cancer. Leo, I see the Nine of Wands. So you're tired. I got Leo over here, tired and not quite sure, what to do next. It's like, I can't keep going around. You're letting something weigh on you. You're letting something really drag you down. But I'm getting don't give up, all right? you know, you got this good, you got something really good coming your way. I'm feeling called, guys, to really say to you guys that you have a new love coming your way. I know a lot of you will hear about somebody that you are trying to get their attention and they're not giving you the attention. And I feel like that's why my message for you today keeps wanting to pull towards, you know, expect new love for 2026. All right. So Virgo, I see the Knight of Swords, right? So Virgo's changing their story. Virgo coming back around to have a conversation with you. Libra wants nothing but you. Libra's very intimidated by you, very attracted to you. It looks like you could be stepping up a different position with a Libra. Scorpio, 3 of Cups, got love for you. I see you guys celebrating some good times together, maybe a date. Sagittarius, I see the sun. So there's some healing or there's a romance coming in with you and a Sag, new romance. Capricorn, I see Page of Cups. So I'm seeing love coming in with a Capricorn, opening up and expressing their feelings. Aquarius, I see the Temperance card. So Aquarius is like, let's just see where things go. I'm in no rush though, all right? And Pisces, I see the 10 of Pentacles. Pisces wants to build something solid with you. So Pisces will invest more time in this connection. All right. I got to fix this. There we go. There we go. I don't know what happened on that. All right. Let's go. Is there spam going on in there? Who was spamming? Was somebody spamming in there? Let's see. Let's go. All right. Virgo. Want to let, ooh, Virgo go. 111, like it. Maybe Virgo's going to get something good. Let's get something good for Virgo. Virgo. I'm wondering, did I not set it up right? All right. What do you mean mod spam? Virgo. All right, let's dive into Virgo here. Let's see. So we're looking at your person's feelings, Virgo. All right, but I'm also looking at it like you versus them, right? So we can see what you're assuming, what they're assuming, and what's really going on here. All right, 7 of Cups. Overall energy. All right, so you're seeing this energy of where you both got each other on your minds, all right? But there's a question that's not being answered, you know, because there's on one hand, you know, can I meet Virgo's expectations? Is this really what I want? I wasn't expecting to feel this, you know. And then on the other hand, it can be, you know, have we gone through so much? I made some shitty choices in the past, and you know, now I'm seeing where I made some wrong turns. I can't move on from Virgo, but at the same time, are we able to move on past something that happened? So this card brings up a lot of those questions. You know, we got to make a choice here. Are we going to stay in this limbo energy? Are we just going to fantasize all day long? Or are we finally going to move forward and decide to move on from a situation? Now, as an overall energy, this is for both of you. This is how I read this underneath. It's like you both have a choice to make. And we can't, because there's no waiting. We don't wait around for anybody. All right. You know, and underneath that, we have the Death card. So is something really over or not? It's really hard for both of you to let something go. So I don't think you or another person have yet to move on from a situation. You're still kind of sitting there wondering if there was, if you guys gave up too soon, if there is or was a chance for you guys to move forward. All right. So Scorpio energy there. And, maybe your person thought, I have a fear of commitment. Virgo, your person, thought that they didn't want a commitment and they moved on and they thought that they would be able to let go of this connection. And you keep lurking around in their energy. And that's how that shows up. All right. All right. So let's see. Yesterday, 1 minute ago was a past. I can't tell you who your past is. All right. Ace of Cups. So this is what you want. You want love. All right. You are looking for love. You're looking for a fresh start. But what are you assuming about your person? The King of Pentacles. All right. So some of you here, really, this person that's on your mind right now, you see them as your provider. You see them as somebody that you want to be with long term. All right, this looks like, I know somebody was saying it, but this does look like somebody here really wants to take responsibility, or you want somebody to take responsibility and step up for you. Right? And the Ace of Cups is you're really in love with this person, but you want to see it move forward. And you have the Seven of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. That Ace of Cups is bringing it to the Eight of Cups. And that's what I mean. We're ready to move on. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to ground in on a situation. I'm picking up on a strong Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. All right. But you want them to meet you where you're at. You need this person to meet you where you're at. You need them to show up for you. And that may be where the problem is. You may be assuming somebody can take care of you. You may assume that somebody here can meet your needs. But I am hearing that this could be what the block is for this person, is they may feel like they can't be that King of Pentacles for you. They don't got it like that, right? But let's see what they want. I see the World card, right? So let's see what's going on. Bringing it together, all right? And I see the Seven of Pentacles. So this person here, you got them contemplating. You got them thinking, can we do this? The Seven of Pentacles, this person's invested in you. The Seven of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. Somebody still feels like, this could go somewhere. We could bring this together and make this happen. Maybe you guys are so different, right? Different personalities, so you've had a lot of challenges. You might have been dealing with somebody who's kind of stubborn, somebody who works a lot, set in their ways, right? Gets business mindset and forgets about everything else, right? And so now you got somebody in the Seven of Cups energy wondering, now they want love in their life, and they realize maybe they chose their material life, their world, over love. Who knows? But the Seven of Pentacles is telling me this is somebody that wants to go down another road. All right. This is somebody that wants to see this relationship turn in a new direction. What's their block with you? The Three of Pentacles. How to make it work. You guys keep getting stuck in needing to work with one another. This is a block, the Three of Pentacles. You may feel like this person doesn't support you. This person wasn't given enough to the relationship. And this person felt it. They felt like they were displeasing you. When they couldn't, they needed more flexibility with you. More understanding. You guys maybe weren't putting the work in the areas that you both sort of wanted it to or expected it to. So you may have been doing a lot, Virgo. You may have been wanting a lot with this person, but they may have been needing something else from you. And maybe they couldn't have provided enough time or couldn't always be there with you. And they knew that you wanted more time together. And they couldn't give it to you. Maybe even financially for some of you. This person they're working on their business, they're working on themselves. And maybe they felt like they couldn't give you, because the Seven of Pentacles is somebody that feels like, I worked my ass off and this is as far as I got. Where am I at? Right? And so that's what I'm feeling. You got a lot of stagnant energy here with this person. Seems like you want this person to be responsible, but this person may feel like they are being responsible. They need you to be flexible with them, with what they can give. Their feelings about you. The Queen of Swords, very sharp. You point out everything, very sharp. You communicate, you say what's on your mind. And, they may even feel like sometimes you might not see their perspective, because normally, you're right? You're right. But this person may feel like you've kind of gone cold on them too a little bit. What does Spirit want you to know about this? The Wheel of Fortune. I know, there's some karma here in this situation with this person. And here's what's coming through. I want you, Virgo. I want you in my life. I want to be able to provide for you. I want to be able to give you what you need. But I can only give you so much right now. I need you to work with me. And as uncomfortable as that could be, if we can be together in the future, can you understand? Or is that too much of a sacrifice to make? Do we really have to work together here so that we can come together? Are you going to be able to, work with that energy? Because they may feel like you've already made your decision and you're not willing to compromise, is what I'm getting. Because their block, it seems like you guys can't compromise. The Three of Pentacles. Right? So I see a relationship that's coming back around for you, Virgo. And so for those of you that really get hung up on somebody coming back around, the way I say that and the way I hear it is like, this could be somebody that you were just talking to last week. So general readings, that's what I'm saying. But in your experience, it could be somebody that you're talking to today or you've talked to 10 years ago. I can't decide that for you. But what the wheel tells me is that whatever's going on right now, even if it's a new person, is the same shit that was going on with you the last relationship you were in. So I don't care what person this is, if this is your past or if this is a new person coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune is telling me you're dealing with the same shit and it's not going to go away. You're going to run into the same problem with this new person coming in. If you're still allowing the same lesson to show up, you're still doing the same shit. Right? So that's what I'm getting. You have a lesson coming back around here. And can we work together, work it out? So let's look at Aries through Pisces and see what to expect from each zodiac sign. So with an Aries, I'm seeing Four of Wands. Aries wants to make it happen. Aries is like, look, I'm happier when I'm with you. I can see us getting together. I can see us being together. So we see a good moment. We're seeing some fun times here with your Aries. Taurus, I see the Judgment card. All right, so Taurus sees the truth, right? You and Taurus get along great, right? You guys will figure it out. Taurus can be stubborn, right? But, they're really, just give them a little bit of loving, right? And they'll be fine. We have Judgment card, and we're seeing here a second chance here with you and a Taurus. Gemini, the Hierophant. So you and Gemini definitely teaching each other some lessons here, you know, but are we stepping up? It looks like you and a Gemini, maybe they are finally learning their lesson. All right. And we're seeing, you know, stepping up and ascending into a relationship, right? So taking the next step. Cancer, 8 of Cups, right? So Cancer's still kind of going their own way, doing their own thing. You know, what's good about this, though, is they're processing what they really need. So you and Cancer are either deciding to move forward finally, or you are letting go of one another and saying, we got to move on. Leo, I see the Ace of Swords. So Leo wants to clear things up with you. They want to break the silence, open up the lines of communication with you. And we have Virgo, Hanged Man, right? So look at you, kind of stuck. What do? Don't wait. Don't wait for anybody. I will fight every single person that says, wait, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. No, you're waiting on, I'll wait in a drive-through, but that's about as far as I'll wait. All right. And I only will wait so long too. If it's too long, I'll pull out of the drive-through. I'm not doing it. All right. Time's moving too fast for me to wait. All right. Wait around. So you are seeing here, you and another Virgo. You don't know exactly what's going on just yet. And Virgo, this is your energy. You're in kind of this hanged man position. Let it go. Let it be. You don't have to let go of your desire of your person, but you got to let it breathe and just let it be, and don't come up with a story about it. Right? Stop trying to figure it out, because what's happening here is you and another Virgo are not the same you used to be. You're changing. You guys are changing, and you don't know what's up. You don't know what's going on with a situation, but something's changing. But you are in a position right now where it seems quiet between you and another Virgo. All right, so we have Libra, the Emperor card. So Libra's like, hang on in there. All right, so Libra's not playing around. Libra looks like they're taking responsibility, coming towards you, stepping up, playing their cards right, all the good stuff. Scorpio, the Sun card. Right, Scorpio's got unconditional love here for you, or they're feeling a very strong pull towards you. There's something more. It's not superficial. Sagittarius, I see the Moon card. Things still changing with a Sagittarius. So don't freak out over every little move. All right. Don't micromanage a Moon card. This can be like a flicker of something, can look like the sky's falling. All right, so the Moon card is saying breathe before you make a decision when it comes to a Sagittarius. Things aren't exactly what they seem. Capricorn, Temperance card. So even a Capricorn, things look like it could work out really nicely with a Capricorn. But this is saying Capricorn's in no rush. Go with the flow, chill out, and let's see how it plays out. Aquarius, I see in Knight of Cups, right? So Aquarius has got love for you, Virgo. Right, in love with you. All right, so we're seeing romantic date maybe coming in with an Aquarius. And Pisces making that offer. Maybe this is your Christmas gift from a Pisces, saying, you know something, we can make this work. Let's do this, all right? So commitment coming in with a Pisces. Hello, Learning. Hello, Mojo. And hello, everybody. I'm not talking as much. I'm trying not to get distracted with the chats. I have 2 chats going on here with TikTok. I am on YouTube. I just love it. All these hearts, right? They seem to, guys, they're putting you to shame. They're loving me over here. All these hearts. I can't see hearts coming. You guys got to show me the reactions. All right. And I did get the camera to work, Learning. That's the camera. Me up here in the corner. I'm getting good. Now, come on. All right. Libra, let's go. So 120. All right, so TikTok, we're on Libra right now. If you want to, you know, I don't know what TikTok, if you can rewind. I don't think you can on a live, but you can jump on over to YouTube. You'll see that you can go to all the Zodiac signs. The live stream is up right now. All right, let's see. All right. Thank you. All right, Libra. Here's my Librarians. So let's see. Libra. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sitting there shuffling and I didn't put these cards in. Libra. All right, Libra. What are their feelings for you? I'm looking at you versus them. So I need to see what you're assuming about this situation first. Let's see. Let's see. What are you assuming? What do you want with this person? And what are you assuming will happen? You know, and then we're gonna, you know, I like to look at, never mind, I'm not gonna go. You guys know, Libras understand. All right, Queen of Cups. I have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here at the bottom of the deck. All right, Ace of Swords. It looks as though somebody's getting ready to express to you how they feel. Now, I have the Four of Cups here underneath that. So somebody here is worrying, you know, do I still have a chance here? You know, maybe they've been in a place and they weren't showing up, or they were acting disinterested. Honestly, the Four of Cups is somebody who's not interested enough. All right. Or they barely showed up. And, you know, when you're so loving, this little dolphin here, you'll do anything to get this person's attention, you know, well, with integrity. You're not going to, you know, sell yourself out there. But it seems like, you know, this person just wasn't always getting it. They may have been in a bad place, you know, but maybe it wore you down too, like you took it personally. Somebody kept rejecting you and you take it personally. You know, but when somebody rejects you, you go at it harder. You know, you don't, it's like hard to take that as a rejection, but they weren't rejecting you, right? It looks as though somebody has been going through some healing energy here, and we're starting to, you know, realize, getting more clarity on our feelings here. So somebody has feelings for you, Libra, and they may not have known how to express it in the past. Maybe they see you differently now. Maybe you were showing up for them in a way that's not your normal, and this person misread you. You know, they've had a chance to get to know you and step back. And now they're seeing you clearly, right? So let's see what you want and what you're assuming. Six of Pentacles. All right, so you're just wanting respect. That's not too much to ask for. You're wanting somebody to put in some effort here. Come on, give me what I put in too. You know, it's got to be fair. That's your love language. Fairness, justice, harmony, balance. You know, I'm very generous with my time, my energy. I'm always here to talk. I'm always here. The door's always open. But I don't want to feel selfish for asking for something in return, right? And this person may have made you feel like that, like you're giving so much love with that Four of Cups and they're not seeing the love you're giving to them. And it may have made you resentful and hurtful, and you may have taken it personally. But this is where you have to, I guess, maybe look at it like, if somebody tells you they're not in a good place, or they're depressed, or they're on drugs, or they're on anything, they're consumed with something, they cannot meet you where you're at, even though logically it might make sense. Why can't they? It's not that hard, right? But they're not in the same place as you, and you may have taken it extremely personal. But you just want somebody to show up for you. So what are you assuming about this person that I'm picking up on? The Ten of Pentacles. All right. You may assume this person here is, I don't know if they're in another relationship, or they don't want to, or they're not wanting a long-term relationship. Let's see your person. The Fool card. This is what they want. Maybe they're trying to break out of a situation. You know, I'm clearly seeing you were dealing with somebody that may have had a lot of drama going on with family or situation, or a lot of responsibilities that was draining them, and they couldn't give you any energy. All right. And that's what it had to do with external influences, not you. It looks like your person wants to break out from a situation that they feel constrained. They feel very constricted where they're at. And it looks like your person's really trying to break free here so that they can, but they're giving off a non-committal energy though, with this Fool energy. You might be dealing with somebody who is fresh out of leaving a relationship, moving into a new one. So they're not going to be quick to move into a relationship. And this could be where there was, you're one in balance, equal give and take, but somebody's telling you, I'm interested in you, but I'm not ready for a long-term commitment just yet. I have something else going on. Maybe somebody has to break out of a situation to be able to, but you know something, when somebody breaks out of a situation, there is a real thing. There is a step. There's this, when people are getting divorced or leaving a relationship, the rebounds is a thing. You don't want to be the rebound. And the other thing too is that people get really scared to get into a new relationship right away. It's too fresh on their mind. What the hell just went down in another situation? I don't care how amazing you are. There's still something that goes on in the chemistry. Like, I just broke out of a situation and I want to breathe before I just jump in. And it's better for you because the other person will carry into the relationship with you projections onto you. Every time you do something, you're not getting a clean slate. They're comparing you without realizing it to the relationship they just came from. And you know what I mean? And they don't realize they're doing it, but they didn't have enough time to shake off the dust, the energy from the other situation before they jumped in this one with you, right? So I am picking up that little bit of non-committal energy. But what do they expect will happen with you? What do they want? Look at the Tower card. They don't know. They may be afraid to approach you, thinking that you're gonna come undone, right? What's their block with you? How do they feel? The Justice card. You feel like they owe you some sort of justice. Oh, this is one of the biggest blocks, guys. I wish we could have a discussion over this someday in the membership or whatever, but a lot of people that I've learned over the years, and even myself included, when we feel like somebody has created or did some injustice to us, or we feel betrayed, and this is one of your wounds, you know, this fairness that you didn't get, it runs deep. And the thing is that you need this justice, but until you get this justice, another person has to deal with the consequences and feels punished all the time. Because when does the sentence end? Does the sentence ever end? Do they ever get to say sorry and then you guys truly move on? It's hard for a Libra to not be able to see all the different perspectives. You can see so many outcomes that it's really hard for you to trust again once somebody has betrayed your honor or your loyalty, right? So they feel a sense of uncertainty around you. They don't know whenever you're going to lose your shit. They want to run home to you. They want to come to you. They want to connect with you. But they never know when you're going to lose it on them. right? And you know, this is a very spiritual thing. So this person may have really, or somebody in your life may have really hurt you good. And so this is something that you're dealing with on your own personal spiritual journey. But you got to make a decision to find peace with and forgiveness within yourself to be able to move forward, especially if you want to reconcile with this person. Because if this person's always walking on eggshells around you, thinking that you're never really going to trust them ever again, the situation's going to repeat itself like the Wheel of Fortune. You're just going to go around in another cycle. Right? So it's an important decision if they feel like they just don't trust whether or not you can trust them ever again. All right? So how do they truly feel about you? The Three of Cups. Look at this. If we could only go back to when we were so happy. This is somebody that has love for you, has comfortable around you. This is somebody who has their eyes on you. This is somebody that when times are good, they're really good, or they just love being in your presence. All right. But maybe you're dealing with a divorce for some of you. That could be it too. They want to come to you, but they may feel like you've got too much drama going on. So you may be going through a divorce, a separation, still dealing, and they're just waiting for their moment. Because this is somebody that wants to be with you. What does Spirit want you to know? The Emperor card. All right, so you're going to be rebuilding whatever this tower is for you. It looks as though, you know, you're clearing away a lot of the bullshit, but it does look like you're getting ready to build a new foundation moving forward. All right. And this is also taking charge of some of these fears that you have, because you may be holding yourself back from building something really solid. But I don't know. I can't. You got an Aries, another Libra. Let's see if you're connected to an Aries. I see an Aries turning things around. All right. So you might be assuming one thing, they're going to do another. You have communication coming in with an Aries. Taurus, I see the Magician. All right. So we're seeing conversation, you and a Taurus very attracted to one another. Look at it this way. You both want the same thing. You're both probably thinking about each other at the same time. You guys will call each other into your energies because you're attracted to one another. Gemini, the 10 of Cups, right? So being together with a Gemini, they can see a future with you. All right. So you still have something growing there with a Gemini. Cancer, 6 of Wands. Cancer wants your attention, right? Cancer's like, you look good. All right. Cancer's like, I like what I see. And, you know, let's, you know, you might be changing your status this year or going into next year with a Cancer. Leo, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. All right. Leo's coming in cautiously, but they're definitely determined to make it work with you. Virgo barely hanging on. All right. So this feels like Virgo is reaching their limit. All right. The 10 of Wands is like, look, I went through something heavy and I'm ready to let go. So this could be your Virgo here with the Fool card. They don't want any drama. Somebody who's just came from a 10 of Wands, if they're running to any kind of stress, they're going to take a quick turn and go left. They're not going to want to go from one hectic situation to another hectic situation. It's not happening. I don't know who would want to. You know, especially if you're dealing with the third parties, the way to win that one, this is my opinion. If you want to win a third party situation, be the one they want to come to. If you start becoming the wifey or the one that's been in the long term, the one that has all kinds of or you start becoming the advisor or the fixer, and you're not just being the one, like, you got to get this person wants to be in love with you, not going from drama to drama. That's just my personal opinion. So that was Virgo. So Libra, you have the High Priestess, all right? So you got somebody lurking around. You know, you got someone, maybe you're lurking around. You got your eye on somebody. Another Libra is still kind of quiet, but they got their eye on you. So they haven't left your energy. Scorpio, 9 of Pentacles. And Scorpio, maybe invest in some more time, but this is showing me that Scorpio is very busy, you know, very independent, but they're interested in you and they may invest more time here with you. Sagittarius, I see the 5 of Swords. It seems like you guys just can't seem to get along. Or you guys misunderstand each other a lot. You know, so maybe you're taking some space so you guys can clear your head, try to figure out what's going on here. But you guys seem to be pointing fingers a lot at one another or not trusting one another. Capricorn, I see the King of Swords. You got a Capricorn stepping up into their truth, wanting to be real with you. Aquarius, I see the 8 of Pentacles, making things work, trying to fix things with you. And a Pisces, I see the Sun card. All right, so we got healing energy here with a Pisces, romance with a Pisces, and, you know, this is a renewal with a Pisces. All right. All right, so hello. I don't know. Somebody's like liking this about 50 million times. I don't know how this works. But thank you. If it's helping, it's helping. All right, Scorpio. All right, where's my Scorpios? We are on Scorpio now, TikTok. Make sure, come in, tell me your sign you're here for. And you can also find me over on YouTube if you want to go back to, I already did Aries through Libra. I am on Scorpio now, and I'll be going Sag, Cap, Aquarius, Pisces. All right, let's see. Scorpio. My fellow Scorpios. Scorpio. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Overall energy, 3 of Wands. All right. So for some of you, you may feel like you've been waiting around forever. You're just not sure where things are going. This is a card of progress. Things are moving and they're all coming together around you, but you might not be seeing it because it's out of your control. So this is a reminder to, you know, keep your eye on the prize. It's coming towards you. You're headed in the right direction. You and another person, you both see the same destiny, the same destination. You both want the same thing. All right. I have the Knight of Pentacles. So somebody's very determined. You have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. So I can see it though. Maybe stressing you out because you're constantly waiting on somebody to come in and they're moving at turtle pace. But this is somebody that's going to show up. All right. It's an earthier energy. So, you know, I'm making all the right moves. I'm trying to plan accordingly. You know, but I'm somebody working hard on coming back towards you or coming towards you. And somebody interested in seeing where things go. Now let's see what you want and what you're assuming with this situation. I see the Hierophant, right? So some of you are ready for that full-blown commitment, all right? You're ready. You're done with lessons. I pull this for me. I'm like, no more lessons for me. Get out of here. I don't want any more lessons, all right? So it looks like, you know, this is like the rite of passage. You're finally leveled up. You're ready to move forward. So I think Spirit's saying you're ready for this. Maybe now you're, you know, for some of you singles, you know, maybe now you're ready. You've let go of some of the karma, some of the bullshit, some of the situations in your life that have been just draining you in 2025. And now it looks like the real deal, you know, is coming in for you. I have a Taurus energy showing up here. And this can also show me that you're ready to level up in a relationship. You're serious about a commitment. You're very loyal to somebody and you're committed. But what are you assuming with your person though? The Six of Cups. This is your soulmate. All right. Maybe you feel like they don't feel the same. Maybe they don't express their love to you. Right? Does somebody have a hard time, you know? But this card tells me, find your Scorpio placements, by the way. All right, because this feels universal, collective. How does somebody make you feel when you're around them? If you just shut your mouth for a little bit and your mind for a little bit and stop thinking about the future, about where things are going to go, or stop thinking about titles and stop thinking about past and stop thinking about money and stop thinking about, and if you just be in the energy with the person in the moment, how do they make you feel? Do you feel very comfortable with this person? Do you feel safe? Is it just your mind that gets you all worked up, or space when somebody's silent? Because those are just triggering your own inner wounds and anxiety over fears of getting hurt. But this person that I'm picking up around you, you guys feel, they may have a hard time expressing their feelings to you. They might not tell you. You might be somebody who can openly talk about your feelings. You know, you can see into things too. But your person might not be comfortable with that. You may be constantly asking somebody, how do they feel? And they say, I don't know, or they don't say anything to you. Because this is not easy for somebody to express their feelings. It's not comfortable. You're gonna have to use your other ways but if a person's not making you feel good and you're not thinking good and all of it, I mean, I don't know, what you're trying to get from it, but it always comes down to how somebody makes you feel. I'm seeing a possible friendship turn into a commitment. Somebody feels very loyal to you. Maybe, let's see your person, what they want, all right, and what they expect from you, or how they view you. That's another way of saying that. All right, look at this. Somebody's in love with you. You've got the Lover's card, right? But it just seems like maybe, it seems like somebody looks at you when you're not looking, right? Or they think about you and they show you other ways that they're into you, or care about you, or like you. But maybe they have a hard time reading you, and maybe you come on strong and it's easy for you to, we're very direct. If you have strong Scorpio placements, you're not afraid to be direct about what it is you want. You say things not realizing, oops, maybe it wasn't the right time to say that, because you're not afraid to say anything, right? And your person, though, you may take them by surprise. You may make them, like, well, it's easy for you, but it's not for me, right? But the Lover's card is coming up telling me you may trigger this person. You may trigger them, but whatever you're doing, they know that they're in love. They know they're falling in love, all right? Lovers and the Hierophant. So talk about some, some spiritual lessons here through love. And maybe you're teaching this, you're the teacher. You're showing this person how to love, right? I don't know. You got very beautiful energy here for my Scorpios. All right. So what do they expect from you, though? Or how do they view you? The Fool card. They may see you as somebody who's adventurous, and somebody who just goes with the flow, and somebody who does whatever they want. They also may be a little intimidated by you because they may feel like you detach quick. Because, you're either all in or all out. So you can detach pretty quickly. They may be afraid that you're going to run. They might be thinking that you're somebody that, you know, if they open up, you know, maybe they've been abandoned before. Maybe they've had, you know, a relationship where every time they open up to somebody, the person finally, you know, doesn't want it anymore, because you want your person to open up. And then as soon as they start showing you their feelings, and then you don't want, you know, then you want them to toughen up, right? So they want to have a fresh start with you is what I'm seeing here. How do they feel about you, and what keeps them connected to you? They feel like you're very uncertain about what you truly want. So some of you might be giving off a vibe like you keep talking yourself out of it, but your heart keeps leading yourself to this person. So maybe you're trying to talk yourself out of this relationship with this person. Maybe you're looking for every reason why it's got to be wrong. Maybe you're looking for every reason. Maybe you're trying to sabotage it and you don't realize it. That's a Scorpio thing too. You can sabotage a situation out of fear of rejection, a fear of getting hurt, right? So you may be doing all this and blaming it on your person, because you're a sign that can do that, right? You really, you know, and so they're looking at you like you're confused, or you doubt them and don't trust them. But this card is telling me you love them, but you're having a hard time because you may be falling in for this person more than you thought. And now they got you hooked, and now you're losing control. All right. So what keeps them coming back to you is the love, the Ace of Cups. It's the feeling that you guys give each other. So this runs deeper than words you say, actions. This reading today is really about the feeling you and this person give to one another is what's keeping you guys together. There's something that neither of you can explain, but I think both of you, the Lovers card, are mirroring each other. And I think both of you are panicking. The more you have feelings for somebody, the more scared you're getting. And they're seeing you as somebody that might up and run. All right, if you're connected to an Aries, I'm seeing the Moon card. So you got an Aries all over the place, right? There's a lot of uncertainty. It seems like, you know, you and Aries keep kind of triggering each other, but I like this here because this tells me that you guys are, you know, things are growing between you guys. Something's going to manifest from this. But right now it's saying, you know, just let things play out and don't overreact to every little thing that happens with an Aries. All right, things are still uncertain with an Aries. We have Taurus. We have the Strength card. So you and Taurus will make it through. You guys have a very strong bond. I just saw a compatibility chart and I was really shocked. You know, everybody always says different things, but, you know, it was like Taurus and Scorpio up there, really high compatibility, and we're opposite. So it kind of blew my mind. But this Strength card here is telling me you guys know how to work with each other. You'll battle, you'll make it through, and the bond will get stronger every time. Gemini, I see the Five of Pentacles. So they're struggling with rejection, struggling with, maybe they pushed you away because it was easier to push you away before you could push them away. So we're seeing somebody kind of hanging out here, still wondering if you would let them in, you know. So you may have a reconciliation here with a Gemini. Cancer is all about you. Queen of Wands. I mean, they are very attracted to you. You're on fire. You're the fire water. And I see a Cancer taking action towards you. Leo, I see the Ten of Cups, right? So you guys have a very strong bond. You may have been in a relationship before or in a past life. But I am seeing you and a Leo finding your way back together, or finding yourself in a relationship that will last. Virgo, Two of Pentacles. You and Virgo got this one day at a time. All right, you guys are gonna have to learn to work together, and but it looks like you guys are taking baby steps, making plans. I have Libra. I have the Page of Swords. So Libra, sparking up communication. All right, conversation coming in with a Libra. You know, very curious about you, want to get to know, asking questions. You know, or maybe for some of you, you're just having a conversation that is overdue. All right. Scorpio, Empress card, right? So you have a twin or you have a soulmate coming towards you. I'm picking up in this reading here today. And it's going to be hard for you, but you're being asked to be the empress, right? Your feminine energy, you should be able to pull back, but you know, Scorpio's Mars and taking action, initiating, right? It's kind of a catch-22. But this is softening up and letting love in. I'm picking up on some hard asses out there. And, you know, it's all about trust. And you might need to, you know, Spirit saying, soften up a bit and let love come in, because there's something beautiful manifesting for you in a relationship here. A relationship is growing with another Scorpio. Sagittarius, stick the wand. Sag is like, hell yeah, you and Sag got it going on. Sag wants your attention. They're coming in to get it, right? They respect you, appreciate you. You could be stepping into a different role when it comes to a Sagittarius. Capricorn, 5 of Cups, still kind of mulling over things, having a hard time letting go of what happened between the two of you. So there's still healing and grieving going on here. They're not wanting to give up the past just yet. Aquarius, 4 cups, and they're stuck in their path too. Aquarius is not happy with the way things are. They're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with the people that are around them. They're kind of thinking about things, right? So they're in a place of contemplation, and they're not able to see what you're giving to them just yet. Pisces, I see 8 of cups. So Pisces is ignoring the world too. It looks like they don't want to deal with the emotion. And so they're trying to avoid. So you may be dealing with the runner when it comes to a Pisces. All right. Love you guys. Wow. Somebody in here rooting for me. Dakota. Thank you, Dakota. And GXBE. Thank you for liking it. Hello. All right, guys, I'm getting used to the TikTok, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm definitely trying to get used to 2 screens. All right, so I appreciate you guys. I'll get better in time. I'm like wine and cheese. I get better with age. All right, back to work. All right, let's see. It is Sag time, and Sag, we made it through your birthday. Wow. Capricorn took the torch. All right, I cannot believe that. Like, we went through Sag season so quickly. All right, let's see. Sagittarius. There are hidden feelings for you. So what's going on here? I'm starting off with you versus them and seeing how they're feeling and wherever Spirit takes me today. All right. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm jealous of Sagittarius moons. All right, let's see. Sagittarius, barely hanging on. Somebody barely hanging on, all right? Giving in, giving up, all right? Somebody is finishing a project. You know, this energy right now, it feels like, look, I've had to work hard to get to where I'm at, and the hardest part's over. So it does feel like maybe somebody is reaching a point where they can kind of let down their guards a little bit. Maybe they were dealing with a situation with work, home, health, family. Maybe you guys were going through a rough time. Who knows? But it feels like that time's over. All right. And look at the Knight of Wands. It's time to have some fun. That's your energy. So it looks as though you're closing a cycle. You just started you just had your solar return. So this makes sense that now you're going into a complete new solar year. All right. And, you know, it's like leaving all this behind. We're starting fresh. All right. So let's see what you want. There's a strong fire around you, fire sign. And I see that Knight of Wands, and whenever I see the Knight of Wands, you know that's your energy. You know that you're either bored or you're overworked or you're tired and you're wanting to go out and have some fun. So that's the energy you're coming in. And if somebody's not giving you any fun right now, you're going to find it one way or another. But that's what I see. I see like you're ready for recess. All right, let's see your energy. Wheel of Fortune. There's Jupiter energy. All right. So something's changing for you. You're feeling it. Maybe some of you are feeling this movement. You're feeling like, all right, I worked really hard for something and now you're finally seeing the results. And this could be, you're maybe feeling like, all right, where's this relationship going? So let's see what you're assuming with your person, the Four of Cups. All right, so this is a big one for my Sagittarius. Sagittarius making a huge decision right now. You've put a lot of work into a situation, and if you're not getting back a return of investment right now, if you're not knowing where this is going at this point, you have the Wheel of Fortune here. It looks like you could unexpectedly decide to just move on from something. Because if you're not getting your needs met, your passion met, you're not having fun, you will bust your ass for somebody. You'll try and make a relationship work, but you're one of the quickest signs to move on from something if it's not meeting your needs. At least in my experience. That's what I've learned with you guys. It's like you can only go so long with doing the boring shit. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Don't chase somebody who's not as passionate as you, who is whatever they're doing right now that's driving you crazy. It's only going to get worse in the relationship. If you're trying to make something fit that doesn't, you're going to get bored later and hurt this person and leave. You're a very finicky sign when it comes to that. You cannot get bored. You need to explore. And if you're a Sagittarius who isn't the type to go out and have fun and explore, and I've had somebody say that to me too, that's fine. You still need to be challenged, right? You still need to be challenged. And the Four of Cups tells me you're dealing with somebody, you're assuming somebody here doesn't want you, isn't interested in you enough, doesn't give you enough attention. You're getting bored with somebody. But you might be in denial and you might be saying that this person's not into me, right? You might be turning it around, right? And you're trying because you want their attention and you're not giving up just yet. But I think you're over something. Let's see your person. All right, what do they want and what do they expect from you? I see the Eight of Wands, so they may be feeling a little bit of pressure, but they're definitely attracted to you, right? They're definitely attracted to you. But you see this energy of excitement? You bring that. They love communicating with you. They love going places with you. They love shooting the shit with you. But you're intense. And it's very short-lived energy. So your person may feel like that with you. Like things are short-lived. Like you always have to have the next best big thing. Like I need something fun. All right. And what are they assuming from you? The Six of Wands. Right? You can get anybody you want. You can have anybody you want. Maybe you're seeking other attention. They might think that you're already looking for other attention. This person may feel like you talk to other people. They may feel like everywhere you go, maybe you don't notice it, but they may notice that everybody looks at you. You get a lot of attention. You're very attractive, very, very confident energy, natural confidence. So this person's very drawn to you, very attracted, but they may feel like it's mostly passion between the two of you. And that's where it could be short-lived. They feel like you will move on. You have too many options. And if this person can't meet your needs, so what is their block and how do they feel about you? The Five of Cups. This is somebody that still grieves the past, Sag. This is somebody that has a hard time letting go of their past, whether it was family issues, whether it was You know, they got generics, they never got name brands. I don't know. It could be a bunch of things that they just feel really sad still about, or they have a hard time dealing with loss. And it's nothing to laugh about. I was making it lighthearted, but you know, this card's been coming up a lot today too. It's like some people still live in the past and they have a hard time. And maybe they think they're going to get hurt again. They have abandonment issues. What keeps them hooked to you is the Two of Pentacles. You're so uncertain. They never know what they're going to get from you. You definitely spark this person's interest and curiosity. You could be all over the place. One day you're one way, the next day it's another. You're very excited to this person. But this is where you're going to have to be real with yourself. I think whoever I'm picking up on is, are you trying to make love out of something that should have just been a one and done, or even a short-term relationship? Sometimes we meet people through transitions. Maybe this was supposed to be a fun, you know, just travel, lighthearted type of relationship, but, you know, you're trying to make it more domesticated. I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. What does Spirit want you to know? Ace of Wands, right? You have, it's either the lights died and you need new passion in your life, or you're wanting new passion, or you have new passion coming towards you. But what I am seeing is this person's very passionate about you, and there is potential for passion here. It comes down to you. The ball's in your court with this person. I think this person's more intimidated by you. Aries, if you're connected to an Aries, Three of Cups, all right, they love being around you. They want to connect with you. You guys have some good times coming in. It's a really fun, flirty type of energy with an Aries. My fire signs are a blast, right? But I don't want to be around you guys when you get angry with each other. Taurus, Seven of Wands. So Taurus is a little defensive with you. Taurus is like, back up a little bit. Back up. All right, I was looking at Taurus and Sagittarius. Come on. I know Tauruses can be irresistible, but they're also the slowest moving MFs in the Zodiac. And you're going to get the consistency you want with a Taurus. You're going to get your needs met if it's real love. But you're not going to get somebody who's going to travel the world or jump up and go and be quick to do all kinds. They're good. They're good with their slippers and a cup of soup every day for the next 10 years after work. You know, that's their excitement. And that means the world to them, right? So Sag, you're pushing the buttons with a Taurus. You're pushing them out of their comfort zone. And so they may feel constantly under some stress with you, even though the good news is they're very passionate about you. So you might not think they're doing enough, but they're thinking, damn it, I do more for you than I would do for anybody. I do more. You're probably getting a Taurus to move faster than they've ever moved, but in your eyes, you're thinking they're slow as shit. And they're saying, well, I guess I'm not good enough for you, is what they're going to think, is what they're going to take that as. But you got, all right, Sag, I love you. You guys know I'm a Sag wannabe, so don't think, you know, so we're good. Gemini, Seven of Cups. Gemini is all about you, right? Gemini fantasizing about you. Gemini wants to connect with you. They may get up in their head sometimes and their feelings sometimes. You know, they may get, you know, kind of wishy-washy at times too. But Gemini sees you. Gemini sees potential here. Cancer is in love with you. Cancer's in love with you. Cancer feels like you guys are twins. Cancer feels like you guys are, like, I don't know, you did something to a Cancer. All right. Maybe they're having a hard time dealing with their feelings. Leo, I see Nine of Swords, right? So Leo up in their head too. Leo having some regrets about something they said. Like I said, you and your fire signs, right? When fire signs get together, you guys can make some passion, or you can blow up the friggin' world, right? But it looks like things may have went too far with you and a Leo. They're feeling some regret about something that was said or done. Virgo, I see Ten of Swords. All right, it might be over with a Virgo, but they're not dealing with it well. They're feeling the loss with you. Libra, I see Ace of Swords. Libra here sees you, wants to break the silence. Looks like you and Libra having conversation, clearing things up. Scorpio, right? Scorpio may misjudge things, but it looks like they're feeling called to you and a fresh start with you guys. Sagittarius, the Magician, Sag, you're giving off some vibes like I'm single. I'm telling you, you're giving off this. You got your eye on the next best thing. You're with somebody or you're connecting with somebody and maybe you're holding on to it because you're bored or you don't know what's next. But if somebody better comes along, you're jumping right on it. That's the energy I was pulling through this reading today. All right. You're giving off a really good sexual vibe and you're drawing new people into your world. So if you're single, Sag, you're drawing people into your world. Maybe you're feeling it. You're feeling this. I feel something's coming into my life. I'm feeling attraction. You and another Sag are mirroring each other too. You both are interested in each other. Now, obviously, this reading today might have not have been for somebody who's in a very stable relationship or you're in a different kind of relationship. It felt specific. Okay, it really did. Capricorn, I see the World card. All right, so Capricorn sees things moving with you guys, right? Feels good. You guys coming together, bringing things together. Aquarius, the Moon card, things are still uncertain with you and an Aquarius, but don't freak out just yet. Things are changing, all right? We got feelings involved here, but still, there's too much going on for us to make a decision. Pisces, the Ace of Pentacles. So Pisces wanting to open up a new avenue for this relationship. Let's give it a shot. So Pisces wanted to try the serious relationship commitment. All right. Yes, if you're feeling triggered today, I'm doing super chats after this. I may have to change the time. I'm at 4 so far, but I might have to change it to 4:30. I think I'm going to go and do that right now, just so I'm not late for you guys. And you said something about membership. Thursday is membership for Blue Morpho. Usually I go on about 2:33. I try to go on about that time, but I will have the live stream up early in the morning so that you can put your question in. So no matter what time I go on, you'll know early in the morning. All right. Thank you, TikTok, for being here, everybody that's coming in. I appreciate you guys. You're great, Dakota. Thank you. I appreciate you. Running the show in there. All right. Let's see. We've got the birthday. Let's see. Let's see. We got 217 here. All right. Let's get a good shuffle. All right. This is a good time for me. This is Capricorn season's in my 5th house, right? Fun. Falling in love. Saturn has to rule my house of fun. Geez, thanks, right? You know? Capricorn. Happy birthday to you. And let's do this. Oh, I forgot to put these 2 cards here. That's no bueno. All right, where's all the Capricorns? I know I got a team, all my leaders in here. Most of you Capricorns. Let's see. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Find it. This is your season, Capricorn. And you know, I love this time of year too. So what does Capricorn need to know about their person? We also have Mars and Venus is going to be in your sign too on Wednesday, Christmas. So we got a lot of Capricorn energy coming in right now. So you all better like your Capricorn friends and people. Their time. In the spotlight. All right, look at this. The Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Your energy showing through. right? This is your time to shine. You have a new solar return coming in. Stepping up your game. You got a smile on your face. So I like this. So that's a good sign for you guys. All right, you've completed a year. You're moving into a new year. So it's like put on a new suit. All right, get your best dress out, your best suit out, and close out this year with a bang and leaving all the bullshit behind, right? It is your birthday, so I'm going to give you a little bit more of a read-in. I'm not picking faves, guys. I do this for the birthday babies. But it does feel like you've come a long way. Right? The Queen of Pentacles. You've had to learn a lot. You've had to, step up, be responsible this year. You've had to deal with a lot of things, take care of business. Maybe some of you parenting, some of you single parents, or some of you just working really hard, right? This is showing that, right? You're gonna close this year out with a celebration and walk into the new year proud. All right, look at the 10 of Wands underneath that. You're a badass, right? What this is telling me is that you put the work in. You put the work in. And this is collectively, a lot was going on this year. So if you had it a little rougher, this is showing me that this chapter is closed, okay? A lot of us collectively went through a lot. So this coming year is going to be a different energy. I'm telling you, it's going to be a different energy. It's not like life isn't life and we're not going to deal with bullshit, but it's going to be different bullshit. We've had to deal with collectively some weird stuff that was just random or out of the ordinary. It just didn't feel like real world. I didn't even think I was on the earth anymore for a while. I was like, what the hell is this place? Right? But the hardest part is over for you. Now, here you are. Now, let's see what you want and what you're assuming when it comes to love or the person. Let's see. Queen of Swords. All right. So you know what you want. You're the Queen of Swords. All right. You're looking for fairness, balance, consistency, long-term. Respect is the biggest one here. Honest, integrity. I mean, you're not asking for a lot. You're asking for somebody to just show up and treat you like they would want to be treated, do unto me as you want done to yourself. You're not asking for just, you're just asking for equality, right? And you're serious. You're showing up pretty damn serious for yourself. Now you got the Queen of Pentacles, you got Earth and Air showing up for you. So you're grounded and you know exactly what you want, right? Nobody's messing with your mind. So if somebody tries to gaslight you right now, there's no way. You're too on point. Your energy is highlighted right now, Capricorn. So nobody's going to be able to challenge you, unless you're on drugs or drinking and you have no control over your mind. You pretty much have the power right now not to be influenced by other people. So what are you assuming about the person that's on your mind? The Ace of Wands. Let's see your person. So you're interested. You got your eye on somebody. Somebody's got your attention. All right. Somebody's got your attention. All right. Let's see. What does your person want? King of Cups. Patience, calmness, love. You got somebody who loves you around you. All right, Capricorn. If somebody just wants a quick prediction, the Ace of Wands and a King of Cups can tell me that there's a water sign coming into your life. All right. And a Scorpio. Somebody with strong Scorpio placements. It can be Cancer and Pisces, but I look at the King of Waters, Scorpio. But you have somebody that really does have a lot of feelings for you. Now, they may be reserved because this Scorpio energy can be very reserved, hard time expressing their feelings. You're supposed to be a mind reader, Capricorn. But this person will make you feel good, again, when you're around this person. So you'll know who this person is, because the King of Cups is pretty chill. Now, they might not express to you how they feel all the time, and maybe you need more. You're showing up as the Queen of Swords. You want somebody to vocalize their feelings more. You want somebody to discuss the future. You want somebody to mentally clarify any questions. I mean, you want any questions answered. So you're definitely craving communication with somebody, and you might be dealing with somebody who gives off vibes rather than vocalizing how they truly feel. But if this is the person you have around you, their vibes are going to be comfortable. They're going to be good vibes. You know, you're going to feel it. You know it. All right. So let's see what they assume from you. What do they think about you? Ace of Swords. Right? So you both have sparked a lot of interest in one another. You have two aces showing up. So again, I'm going to keep saying it could be a new relationship, but there's something starting here. You have a watery energy, somebody who's emotional, somebody who is sensitive, and you may be less sensitive than this person. So keep that in mind. You're quick to say what you want. The Ace of Wands. If you're feeling inspired to say something, you say it. You don't mess around. You instantly know exactly what you want and you go for it. Well, your person needs to feel it. You might tell them things, they might know it, you might know it, but they need to feel it. So this is not somebody that talking through things doesn't resolve anything for them. They've got to experience it, feel it. And they feel you, and they see you. So you may get clarity from this person. Maybe they know you need to hear how they feel. So they may open up and tell you how they feel. How do they feel about you, and what keeps them coming back? Right? The King of Wands, right? They just think that you've got it going on. I mean, you're the King of Wands. You're a boss. You are bossy. You are ambitious. And don't tell me you're not, because I got all you in here. And you guys are demanding. You know you want what you want. You get it one way or another. Right? I'm calling you out. All right? I'm not bossy. You guys rule house 10 for a reason. You're the CEO for a reason. You'll find a way to get what you want. And it's an amazing quality, by the way. But I am seeing here, somebody here finds you very passionate and very attractive, and you have a big heart. All right. What blocks them? The Tower card. All right. Change. This person is not quick to change. You're dealing with endurance. I like that. You're dealing with somebody who's a fixed energy. All right. I don't care what zodiac sign they are. They're showing up on my table here with strong watery elements, which tells me a very fixed energy, which means it's hard for this person to pivot as quickly as you do. It's easier for you to change. It's easier for you to adapt. Your person moves a little bit more slower and chill. All right. And the block is things happening so abruptly and all of a sudden. Because you may be a firecracker. You're ready to go all the time. You're ready to make things happen. Don't mess around. Let's go. Let's go. But that might shake your person up a little bit. It feels unstable. Things moving too fast. So that's where the imbalance is. What does Spirit want you to know? It could be strong Scorpio, Aries energy, Leo energy, Libra energy. King, you got the Knight of Cups. So Spirit's telling you that love's growing here. This person's fallen in love with you, and there's room to grow here. But this is also telling you to just ride the wave. On the see the turtle? The turtle's like slow and steady. Don't let your emotions take over. All right? You're gonna get what you want. How many times does you know you will? But you're being asked to kind of ground in and chill a little bit and enjoy the journey. Let your person open up. They're just showing up as a slightly different energy than you. So if you're connected to an Aries, I'm getting Ace of Pentacles. So you may get that offer. That's 3 aces coming in your reading now. You may get that offer from your Aries for a commitment. Taurus, I see 2 of Wands. So you got Taurus over here feeling the pressure. They need to reach out. So a Taurus may make contact with you. Gemini, 8 of Cups. So Gemini kind of going their own way. It feels like, you know, they don't want to deal with their feelings. They don't want to deal with the mess they left. They don't want to deal with their emotions. So they may be running or avoiding the situation. Cancer, Page of Cups. Cancer's got love for you. It looks like they're crushing on you. So you've got a Cancer here opening up communication, maybe flirting with you. Leo, 3 of Wands, right? Leo's getting serious about this. Leo's starting to see things move, starting to see the potential of where this can go. Virgo, I see the 6 of Cups. You and Virgo here in each other's arms. You guys really feel comfortable with each other. Virgo may bring you a gift, all right? But there's a reconciliation with you and a Virgo. Libra, Page of Wands, Libra flirting away, all right? But we're in this lusty energy. You know, this is a slow down. Let's just kind of enjoy the ride and have fun, you know? I mean, the Page of Wands doesn't slow down. They'll jump, they go have fun. But it is telling you to slow down and enjoy the road, you know, smell the roses, have fun, have a good time. You got some flirty energy there. Scorpio, boss man coming in. So if there's anybody, it looks like you and a Scorpio on the same team. You and Scorpio both look like you're ready to make something happen. You guys, it's like a power couple here, right? So maybe some of you got a Scorpio coming into your life and this is the one. This is going to make you happy. All right. But if not, you know, you and a Scorpio, it looks like making peace with the situation and, you know, taking that next step, making a move. Scorpio making a move on you. Sagittarius, the Temperance card. Sag is in no rush, you know, where things are headed. They just want to play it out, enjoy the moment, and see where things go. Capricorn, you have the 3 of Cups. Happy birthday. This is your birthday card. This does represent birthday. So some of you may be having a really good time when it comes to your birthday. Maybe you're getting together with somebody on your birthday, or you're meeting somebody on your birthday, right? Or you're celebrating a good time, reconciling with somebody around your birthday. All right, but you and another Capricorn here having some good times ahead. Aquarius, I see 8 of Swords. Aquarius up in their head. They have a lot of doubts about this relationship. They may feel like you guys keep going around in loops of the same situation. They don't know how to break the pattern. All right, so if they are in your life right now, there could still be we're working through some negative energy. Pisces, I see 2 of Cups. Pisces in love with you, falling for you. You guys may have a conversation coming in that deepens this connection. Happy birthday, Capricorn. Right. All right, let's see Aquarius. We're getting there. Aquarius 232. All right, Aquarius. All right, TikTok. Thanks for still hanging out with me. I am on YouTube right now. I am on Aquarius. I went through Aries, Aquarius, and I have Pisces after this. If you want to get to the other zodiac signs, you can find me on YouTube, where you'll see the whole replay. Aquarius. Guys, I'm telling you, this whole year has been Aquarius for me. All my new friends, all my girlfriends, Aquarius, right? I went to that Christmas party, and there was a Capricorn there too. Capricorn and Aquarius and a Cancer and a Libra, right? Is that all of them? 2 Libras, 2 Aquariuses, a Cancer, and a Capricorn is who I hung out with. My new group of friends. All right, let's see. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's see their feelings for you, but we're going to look at you versus them. I still think Aquarians look like Aries. I think what I'm noticing, though, is that Aries tend to have bigger head and live physically. Aquariuses seem to have longer faces, especially if you're a rising. All right, the Emperor card. So you have an Emperor showing up for you. Aries energy, as I was just saying that, Aries. Maybe some of you got Aries placements. All right. Let's see. Oh, it was fun. It was fun. I'm the weak link. Six of Pentacles. So it looks like somebody here wants to give more than you think, right? Or they're contemplating putting in more effort in a relationship. Somebody respects you, cares about you. They see you. This is somebody who's like, all right, Aquarian, you know, you do give a lot to everybody. You're very generous, very, you know, very given. And, you know, you got somebody's attention. Maybe they're waiting for the right, you know, moment to make their moves on you, you know? So let's see. Let's see what you want and what you're assuming with the person that's on your mind, right? 5 of Wands, right? You're tired of being triggered and tired of forcing or fighting for something. You're tired of drama. That's it. I don't have to go too much into that one. 5 of Wands, you're sick of fixing shit. Why does it always have to be broken? Why is there always got to be some sort of dilemma, problem, drama? Fix this, fix that. Why are we arguing? Why are we getting triggered? Why is everybody sensitive? Why are we triggering each other? Why does it feel like I've got to do everything? Right? It's a lot of conflict around a situation, and I feel like you don't like the challenge. It's too much. Some challenge is good, but it feels like your person needs to step up a little bit. And it looks like they're about to. All right. So maybe when you decide to stop fixing things and forcing things and trying to make things work and fix another person's life, maybe this person will get up off their ass and finally, I mean, you got an Emperor here. So this person knows how to get their shit together. You don't need to do it. All right. They're pretty damn responsible. They know what to do. Let's see what you're assuming now. All right. The Page of Wands. Maybe you think this person is just flirting with you. They just want one thing. Right. But you're wanting a more serious relationship. You got the Emperor energy. You're wanting stability. You're wanting somebody to provide for you. What, you know, I mean, that doesn't mean you're not going to provide what you want to provide, but you want the other half. Right? You want somebody serious, somebody there building a foundation with you, somebody pitching in with the bills, somebody doing the, you know, somebody helping out. Come on, this world, you know, there's 6 families living together at some places just to make do. Right? You're not just playing around and just wanting to have fun and give up the goods. You know, you want to, but you want more with it. Right? You get paid for that shit. Right? But you may be assuming though, too soon though, that somebody is just sort of, it's just chemistry or just lust or just crush, right? And but your person is showing up though as a Page of Wands energy, which is somebody who does want to kind of be in the moment and have, I mean, there's obviously some sparks there. Obviously some spark there with you and this person, but it can stress you out because you may feel like you're dealing with childish, impulsive behavior. So the Page of Wands and the 5 of Wands, it can be like sometimes there's conflict when you don't even why is there conflict? Why are we fighting about this? Why are you triggered about this? This can tell me that somebody gets triggered easy. I know, I mean, and I just recently had this, so I know where it's coming from. It's like full-grown adults, and I'm like, what the hell? Do I have to monitor everything I say because I'm going to piss everybody off? It's like, come on. It's like I am, you know, I mean, all right. Some of us, I do have to grow up in some ways, right? Some things I say, I need to probably, you know, bite my tongue, but sometimes of energy like this, a person may say things impulsively and it may come across childish or you guys get in these fights where you're like, what the hell are we doing here? What's going on? Just intense drama. But let's see your person. What do they really want, right? And I see the 10 of Wands. They don't want it to be difficult. They don't want any stress, your person. Your person does not want any stress in their life. And so let's do this, okay, Aquarius? The Emperor card. Your person is an emperor. They know how to do it. They know what to do. They know what they're doing. They're smart. All right. They have the energy and the means to provide, especially with the Six of Pentacles underneath that. This person can give. You don't need to make any excuses for this person. But what this person is saying is that I'm a 10 of Wands here. I just came from some drama, or I've had enough shit go on this year. I don't want any drama either. So this person may look at every little thing, and I kind of feel like I can be like this sometimes. Anytime somebody comes to me with anything, it's more than what it really is. It's just anything's too much. Too much stress already. I don't want any more stress. This person wants to have fun. They want to be more playful. They don't want to be responsible. And that's going to trigger you, which it does, because you can see the Emperor. You're in love with this person. You can see the potential, but you're trying to force them to be an Emperor when they're wanting to be a Page of Wands. And that's just it. And when they're ready, when they feel like they've had enough time to not deal with stress or drama, they'll step up. They'll step up. What does that mean for you? You have free will. You do whatever the hell you want, but this is what your person's showing up as. Not that they're not into you. They're in love with you, but they're just wanting not to take on responsibility. All right. So what do they think about you? Oh, wait a minute. How do they view you? And what do they assume with you? The 10 of Pentacles. You must, you're high quality. Your person sees you and they know that you want marriage. They know you want the 10 of Pentacles. They know that you want stability. You may have family. You may be a big family. You may come from a big family. You may be a traditional type of person. You want somebody to sit at the end of the table with you. And this person knows you do, but it's stressing them out. I don't think they want the responsibility of that just yet. Just yet. And how do they feel about you and what's their block? All right, the 9 of Pentacles and the Hermit card. All right. So this person knows you're worth it. This person values you. This person, look, Aquarius, you're the 9 of Pentacles, the way they feel about you. You got it going on. You're the shit, right? The 9 of Pentacles is my favorite card. One of my favorite. Because it shows that you can take care of yourself, you can support yourself, you're confident. Even if you're having a hard day, you still know how to make damn good decisions. You play it cool. You're good at looking like you know what you're doing. All right, Aquarius, I noticed that about you too. You're good at looking like you know the answers, because you don't like to not know the answers. And this person values you. So you're showing up as the 9 of Pentacles for them. So don't doubt that this person doesn't see the quality, doesn't see the prize, but they're just in a different energy than you. And you're more responsible right now. You're wanting to have a family right now. You're 9 of Pentacles looking for the Emperor at the end of the table, the 10 of Pentacles. You want your marriage now. Your person wants to go run around the beach with a bong in their hand or something, right? I don't know. And have a good time and block out the world, right? They have too much stress going on. I only said that because my Aquarian friend, she shocked me. And she had a bong in her house. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm like, I always think that everybody's thinking I'm the wild child, right? Because I come across like that. And I'm hanging out, and this Aquarian, all of a sudden she's like, hey, she goes like, do you smoke? Do you want to go hit the bong? And I'm like, I about died. This chick looked like she looked like she's just so perfect. And not that you can't look perfect and smoke weed. I'm not against weed at all. You know I'm not at all. At all. But I was shocked. I was shocked. And so that's why I said bong in your reading, right? I see somebody here having fun being 16 years old, running around with a bong, right? That's what I got for you. Okay. Your person is having a hard time. Your person's having a hard time dealing with stress. They just don't want to deal with stress. So, and look at their block. Can you see their block is the Hermit card? This is somebody who's kind of set in their ways. They're on a journey. All right. And they're the type of person that likes to do their own thing, go their own way, but yet they want you in their life and they want love in their life. But it's also like they got to dust themselves off, and they, you know, if they want this with you, they've got to step up. I'm not saying they don't have to step up. Let me tell you that right now, right? If you're worth it the way they're showing through, they'll step up for you. But right now they're, you know, they could be driving you nuts. And it's also they withdraw a lot. So this is somebody that pulls their energy. They go within a lot. It's like the more they get exposed, the more withdrawn they get. So the more you get to know them and the more they fall for you, this person may withdraw really, really quickly. And, you know, get protective of themselves. So what does Spirit want you to know? The Judgment card. All right. Look, the Judgment card is here. I feel like this person could probably trigger you, and you immediately might think you did something. You might go back, review, think about the things that you've done in the past. You may get triggered by this person because you've had some of your own experiences and you're worried that you're going to waste your time with this person, and or they're going to turn out like the last person did. But the reading I'm picking up on today, it feels like, you know, Spirit's asking you to look at this situation from today's standpoint, from a whole different perspective, not based off of what you think could happen or what has happened in the past. Try seeing it differently, right? Because you might be misjudging your person and making a story out of something that's not true, because it might have fit a past person, but it might not fit this person. It might not be their truth. But I do see you guys, you know, there's still room to grow here with this relationship. You have Scorpio energy, Virgo energy. So if you're connected with an Aries, I see you're dealing with a runner when it comes to an Aries. Aries doesn't like to deal with their feelings, so they sort of go quiet or distant when problems arise. So that's going to be a problem. That will be a problem. It will trigger you because you always seem like you have to go after them or fix them or fix a situation, or you're always getting triggered because of an Aries. All right. They got to deal with their shit. Taurus, I see the Temperance card. So Taurus is like, take your time with me. You got to wine and dine them. You know, it's like crock pot type of energy. It's not fast food, right? So just taking it easy with your Taurus. It looks like things are going to work itself out. And we're seeing, you know, the Temperance card. It's just a matter of time. You know, organically, it'll make itself work. Gemini, I see the Knight of Pentacles. So Gemini, pretty determined to make this work. You have a Gemini coming towards you, very grounded, taking things seriously. Cancer, Eight of Pentacles. So Cancer realizing where they need to put the work in. All right, so you and Cancer dedicated to one another. You both are, it looks like, finally fully committed to this connection. Leo, I see the Chariot. Leo's returning. Hell yeah, it looks like a blast coming in. You and Leo having a lot of fun. So it looks like a return and you're going somewhere with a Leo. Virgo, Three of Cups. Virgo wanting to hang out, have a good time. So it looks like a celebration. This could be a reconciliation with your Virgo. Libra, I see 10 of Swords. All right, so there could have been a separation, or there's an ending that's happening that they're dealing with. You know, I have the 10 of Wands. I have the 10 of Swords. So this could be why your Libra is showing up as the Page of Wands, all right? I just got out of a hell. I just got out of a mess, or we just broke up. We just got out of a situation. So with a Libra, If you guys just got back together after a serious separation, they're not wanting to come back into drama. That's the bottom line. They're wanting to take things slow. If you're dealing with a Libra who's just came out of divorce, that's why they're showing up as a Page of Wands. They don't want to get married the next day. Scorpio, Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing good times coming in, honest communication coming in with Scorpio. All right. So taking it step by step, day by day. So an offer coming in with a Scorpio. Sagittarius, things are kind of all over the place with a Sagittarius. All right. Give it time. All right. Don't assume the worst case scenario just yet with a Sagittarius, especially with the moon card. This is telling me that too many things are changing. Too many things are at play. There's too many uncertainties, and you don't want to get stuck on one belief. Capricorn, the Tower card. Right. So there could be something unexpected coming in with a Capricorn. Maybe things feel a little bit rocky, unstable, but whatever's going on, this is a shake up, make up, break up, or waking up. All right. And Aquarius, you have the 3 of Wands, right? So it's coming in. You've got progress happening here. Somebody wants to see things move forward with you. All right. But the pieces are coming together. And the 3 of Wands can be also sort of a waiting game, but not one where you're actually waiting. But it's too soon to really know what that next step looks like. And it's about putting all the pieces together right now, connecting and just letting things play out. But I see movement, and I see another Aquarius coming towards you. Pisces, King of Wands. Pisces very attracted to you. It looks like Pisces stepping up and taking action, being responsible. All right. So we got Pisces. I hope you liked that reading. So Capricorn's in my 5th house, right? And so it seems like everybody has fun placements. I have Sirius, Saturn, fun house. So I got to take everybody's fun times and be so serious in my reading. Take the fun out of everything. All right. Oh, Angel, member for 31 months. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy Boxing Day for Canada. That's coming up too. Same day as Kwanzaa in UK. All right, Pisces. We are moving on to Pisces. Thank you, TikTok, for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy the readings. You can always follow me. I will start posting more on TikTok, but I will be going live on Mondays when I'm live on YouTube. You're welcome. Thanks, Boss Man. Thanks for hanging out. 252. All right. Have a good day. Merry Christmas if I don't see you. And let's go. All right. Let's see. Pisces. Let's do this for Pisces. Ooh. That damn 10 of Wands. You know, the roughest part's over. This was a pretty good year, but it was really strange, right? A lot of things happened. There was some really tough times too. It was not like the year before. The year before was worse. I feel like 2022 and 2023 were the hardest years. 24. I thought it was going to shift in 24, but 25. This past year, I felt this 2026, I just think it's going to be so different, right? For real, like different. Like I don't know. All right, Pisces. Their feelings for you, but I'm going to look at you versus them. All right. So let's see. The Temperance card. Right, it's a good start. overall energy. It feels like whatever you're doing, right? Just allowing things to kind of unfold. Sometimes we have to give each other space. It's not easy to give a person space that you really care about. But you got to trust the process here. There's a strong divine connection between you and another person, and things may get out of balance at times. And we can't always see how to fix it or see what's going on. So we've got to take a step back. And if your person has taken a step back from you, it could be they're trying to refuel. They're trying to figure out, how do I fix this? How do I make it right? Or is this what I want? I feel a connection with you, and it's a Sag energy, but I want to make sure this is what I want. So you've got a person here, and everybody has the right to ask that question, even though it doesn't feel good. You don't want to hear that. My person doesn't know they want me, but hey, we got to hear the hard things. Not everybody wants us. When I learned that, not everybody likes you. Spending your whole life trying to get everybody to like you. Not everybody's going to like you no matter what the hell you do. Even if you gave them $1 million, they wouldn't even smile. Some people. All right. So this is telling me that your person just wants things to kind of happen naturally. They don't want it to feel forced. If they start to feel forced, it feels like your person gets triggered because they may have just gotten out of a situation where they were, forced all the time, forced to be somebody they didn't want to be, forced to play a part they didn't want to play. How many of us were in dynamics where you felt like you molded to your person? You became somebody you weren't even. You lost yourself in a relationship. Somebody, a dynamic turns sometimes us into people we don't even recognize ourselves anymore. Your person could be coming from something like that, and they don't want it to happen again. And so maybe they see you as a prize. They see you as somebody they really want to connect with, but it's not going to make them rush. It's not going to make them, and the more we try to make it happen faster, it's going to make them slow down more. Because the Temperance card is a scale set. Like somebody's putting in the energy, somebody's taking out the energy. If somebody's doing 80, somebody's doing 20. If somebody's doing 50, it's like the 50-50, 60-40, 20, right? So if you're doing all the work, giving all the attention, your other person's not doing any of the work, right? So remember that. What's underneath that? The 10 of Cups. They're in no rush, but they do feel a connection with you. Look at that. 10 of Cups influence in this. It's like they do want comfort. They do want a family. They do want to feel supported. They do love this person loves the comforts. Who doesn't love the comforts of coming home to familiarity? Right? Did I say that right? Coming home to people who love you, kicking your feet up and knowing this is your place. Everybody wants that to some degree, but a lot of us found ourselves in these situations and we were not happy. So nobody's going to be quick to run into another situation, right? But they want it. They do want it. All right. So now we're going to look at you, what you want, and what you're assuming about this situation. And I'm getting the 9 of Swords. You want the pain to end. You don't like being uncomfortable, not knowing. You're always doubting the situation. You're worrying constantly about something, even if it's happened or not. Every little thing this person might do might trigger you into thinking the worst case scenario. Every little thing this person does. Separation anxiety, panic disorder. It creeps up on you every time this person makes a decision or doesn't show up or doesn't call or if you don't have something labeled or something happening, you really get, you just want this pain to go away. You don't want to worry about things anymore. And it's consuming you. So let's see what you're assuming about this person. The 2 of Swords. You feel like this person's got one foot in, one foot out. You're so confused about what they really want. You don't know how they feel. They say one thing, do another. You're in this, it just feels like you guys can't see eye to eye. Your person, the reason they're still there is because they have feelings for you. The reason they haven't left is because they still are not 100% sure if they want to or wanted to leave or what they want. So they're in limbo and they don't have the answers just yet. But if they feel pressure or feel the anxiety from you to answer these questions for you, and they feel like they have to be pressured into doing something they're not ready for, they're going to run. They're going to run from you. They will. All right? Especially dependent on age or assumption. And it sucks for this person because their heart is with you. They want this, but there's something that is going on here in this dynamic. They're just, they've got to they have to make the choice themselves. You've already pleaded your case. Nothing more you can say or do is going to change this person's mind. They love you. They are the ones that are getting in their own head. They have to make the choice. If you continue with the 9 of Swords, always afraid and worried and panicking, that's how we cause separation, which leads the 2 of Swords to the 3 of Swords. Then somebody prematurely breaks up because they don't know what else to say or do. They leave, and it hurts them just as much as it hurts you. But they can't get the space they need because you're having a hard time dealing with your own mental agony and your own triggers. And that's how that works. All right. So that might not be for everybody. And it's a shit. This person really has feelings for you. So let's go with that. So let's look at your person. Let's see what they really want. All right. And what they expect from you. All right. So how they see you, what the block is and what their feelings are. All right. Your person, what do they want? The 2 of Cups. Let's just be in the moment. When I call you, let's just talk about the moment. Let's not loop around the same old shit. Let's not have the same conversation. Let's just kind of feel into the moment and see where things are going. Do you see that this person really feels something with you? Maybe this person's meant to show you where your triggers are and show you where you're panicking so much. Because why are you panicking? Do you not believe this person could love you? And this person is trying to show you, how much they care about you. So this person could be showing up in your life to show you where you have let somebody else tear you down. And you've forgotten who you are. Because this person's got love for you. But this is the early stages. Remember the Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups. You're at the beginning. This person's like, I want to take things slow. And this brings up that question. Well, I don't have a lot of time. How slow does it have to go? How long do I have to wait? You don't wait for nobody. You have free will. And when I say go slow, what I mean is that you have to get something from this person. You have to be getting something back. It has to be a compromise, not you compromising your sanity, your time, and what you need, right? So there has to be still, even with going slow, it has to be consideration and equal give and take. So I'm not talking about, some relationships that are really, really tormenting people. All right. So how do they see you? The 6 of Pentacles. You are so worth it. You're so given and so loving, and they know what you deserve. They know what you want. They know what you need. They really respect you. They really care about you. All right, what's their block and how they feel? The Tower card. This person either recently their life shook up, they just went through a crisis, or they went through a major change in their life, or going through a life change, job change, right? But the block is this person doesn't like chaos, drama, instability. They like things to be solid and stable. They freak out over intense emotions or arguments, right? They want things to be stable. They may have a hard time with change. You know, maybe they're coming from some dysfunction. How do they feel about you and what does Spirit want you to know? Look at this, Queen of Cups. Like Pisces, come on. How can they not feel you? You're showing up as the Queen of Cups. Right? You're very loving, very nurturing. Maybe something's going on with this person or somebody else recently just hurt you, triggered you. But this person loves you. They just, you know, dealing with some of their own shit and maybe just wanting to take it back a step. That's it. What does Spirit want you to know? 8 of Cups. All right. Spirit thinks you're avoiding your own shit, not your person. So I guess today I'm being a captain call out for some people. It's not your person running. Your person's actually showing up against all your triggers. Your person's showing up for you. It's you projecting out maybe and not wanting to face some of the things that are really scaring you. The things this person's triggering for you are the things that you're avoiding. And Spirit's like you're evolving, though. It's like moving forward. This person who's entering your life might not be as unhealthy as you think they are. You know, you guys may be so good for each other, but we're still both just trying to dust off some past shit. And maybe you both are projecting onto each other. Let's see Aries through Pisces. If you're connecting to an Aries wants to make plans for the future. Aries sees potential in this relationship, all right? You know, it's like, look, right, we're invested, we got this. Again, there's a roadblock. It could be anything coming up, job, work, distance, but they see moving forward with you. Taurus, I see the Knight of Swords, so Taurus could surprise you, turning around to come back and tell you something, all right? They see something with this relationship. They see a purpose with this relationship. All right. So I do see movement, fast movement with the Taurus. Gemini, I have 7 of Wands. They're persistent. They may feel under pressure in this relationship. They may have their walls up, but they're not giving up. They may feel like a lot's coming at them at once. Sometimes Gemini is like, this might be too intense. It's getting too hot around here, you know? And but you guys still pushing forward. It's gonna have its challenges. Cancer, the Star card. Cancer is like, you know, I always love you. Cancer is like, I am not losing hope in this connection ever. We'll figure it out. Especially if they're going through a tower, or you guys are. You're their light, their ray of light. Leo, Justice card. So you may get justice with a Leo. You may get the truth. They may finally own up. Or be responsible, make things fair. Virgo, 5 of Cups. Right, so Virgo's grieving, still kind of holding on to their past. You might be dealing with, heartbreak. You both are kind of separated. Both you guys aren't feeling good. You still may be healing from a situation. Libra, 5 of Pentacles, right? Struggling too. So Libra struggles with you and without you. Like when I'm home, I want to, I push you away. When I'm out there, I want to come back home. All right. So it's like the closer you get to Libra, the more they freak out. They're afraid of rejection on some level. Maybe, repeating a pattern. But they want this, but they keep you at arm's distance. Scorpio. 8 of Pentacles. Scorpio is ready to make it work. It looks like you and Scorpio are very dedicated or will become dedicated to this relationship. Sagittarius, King of Pentacles. Sagittarius stepping up, very grounded and ready to commit. All right. Yeah, Sag is like, all right, I'm ready to take responsibility. Capricorn, same thing, Knight of Pentacles. Capricorn is ready to get things going too. It looks like following through with some plans they made with you. Aquarius, I see the Sun card. You know, Aquarius is like, look, there's something here. I see you. Aquarius in love with you. This is in love, card of in love, right? So romance happening, reconciliation and growth with an Aquarius. And Pisces, you have the Hermit card. So Pisces, you may be dealing with somebody who's hermit. You may be dealing with somebody who isolates, hides themselves when somebody gets too close to them, or they're still rebuilding themselves. They've been walking a path for quite some time and they're trying to figure out what their next step is. So they're going to be slow to, you know, they've gone through a lot of experiences and they will see red flags right out the gate. So if they get triggered and they back up, it's because something is reminding them of something they dealt with in the past and they don't want it again. Now, that doesn't mean that you're the same person, but they're interpreting the situation as being like the same thing they were dealing with before. So they may get triggered. But a hermit is going to get triggered, go in their cubbyhole, self-reflect, and come back out. And that's how you know the person's worth it. They will make effort, right? So that's what I've got for you, Pisces. I love you guys. I'm going to jump off here. Get ready. I'll be live at 4:30. You guys are amazing. Happy holidays to everybody. All my mods, you guys do an amazing job. I'm so grateful for you guys. You have no idea. You know, especially I'm trying to stay on rhythm and you guys just maintain that chat room for me. TikTok, I really love this. It's exciting seeing all the numbers come in. It's like all the hearts and stuff. I will learn how to work with this so I can be more interactive with you. I do enjoy this. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. If you guys want a personal reading, they're paid mini readings. You can go sign up now. I'll be on for 2 hours. And that is it. I love you guys. And it was a fun party, just to clear it up. It was not a big party or anything like that. Like, it was a little Christmas party, giving away Christmas gifts. It was with my yogi friends. And I was driving. So when I drive, I don't drive enough anymore. So if I'm driving and I go to somebody's house, I limit even champagne, even though, you know, we were having a little bit of mimosa. I limit because I'm so afraid. It affects me so easy. So, but I had a good time and it was my first time hanging out with these guys. And so I'm always nervous. Remember I told you I have a little bit, as much as I talk, when I get with new people, you're all girlfriends. I'm online all the time. So I have to recalibrate when I get in other people's energy. But what I loved about these women is they are all on the same. It's like I could talk all this woo-woo shit and they are, some of them know that everybody's just in their own steps everywhere. Everybody knows all this stuff. So it's very open conversation about all the weirdest things. And that is what is cool. So I love you guys. Hello, Miss Abigail. And take care. I'll see you guys soon.